Ocala.
It's 2 minutes after 7 o'clock, and now WOCA The Source presents Friday Night High School Football with Galen, Unold, and Adam Mikulin, featuring Trinity Catholic High School. Tonight, Trinity plays Santa Fe. Brought to you by Automax on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Quality cars with outlet prices. By Verizon Wireless, authorized retailer Matt Wilkerson, where he comes to you in Marion County. By Ocala Aviation, located at the Ocala Airport, where you too can learn to fly. And by Life South Community Blood Center, save lives, give blood. And now here is your play-by-play host, Galen Unold. Galen?
Hey, thank you very much, Larry, and welcome to Celtics Field right here at Trinity Catholic High School. I'm Galen Unold, and I'm joined by my man, Adam.
Morning.
Adam is back from all those Florida Gator games.
That was a rough weekend.
Go Tigers! Oh, that's all right. I'm a Florida State fan. It's brutal. All right, but let's talk about the game we have in front of us tonight. And before we could talk about tonight, we really need to talk about last week and what was truly the best game of the season for the Celtics. They came from behind and pulled out an upset win against IMG White in the final minutes of the game. 17-16 was the final. And Adam, I really think that Trinity's starting to figure out their identity. They're a running football team in this new double wing formation.
Yeah, it's good. And to carry momentum from a big win last week, carrying over on your home field, that's a lot to move with. It's good. That's what you want coming into your home field. This middle of October, a little bit more cooler this evening. Starting to feel that good fall football weather.
Well, you're from Ohio.
It's usually snowing by this time of the
year.
Yeah.
But, I'm from Florida. You know what fall means to me?
What's that?
It's rainy, and it just gets dark earlier. But yeah, it was a good win for this football team that started the season 0-3, and that was 3 losses against some top-ranked opponents, and they finally have started to. They completely ditched the beer offense from the varsity team. They're going to still run it at the JV level, and hopefully that's the future. But the guys now, after 2 wins, especially homecoming, getting a win in homecoming is always big. Now they're like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. And Coach talked about it. I talked to him before the game, and he's like, these guys have figured out, instead of me getting the ball 1 or 2 times, I'm now able to get the ball 5 or 6 times or 25 times, and they're able to make plays.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and then that's what's going to come down to, again, making plays, execution. We talked about that when I was here a few weeks ago. That was a big reason why that game kind of fell apart for him, was on the side of execution, trying to go with the game plan like we talked about, and then not really following through. But like you said, now getting that ball, doing that, trying to carry over that momentum from last week. And I know these kids, they're going to want the ball. They're going to want it.
Yeah, and they're starting to not make mistakes. I think the last game we did together, they just kept turning the football over. And
turnovers.
Or they would have a penalty, or it was both. And then last week in the second half, it just seemed to click, where there were no mistakes, where they were executing. On the offensive line, they got a big piece back, and that's John Glenn. Big old John Glenn is there to anchor that team. He's a senior. And this offensive line looks completely different with John Glenn up there.
Absolutely, 310 pounds. That's a big presence, and and that's huge. Presence is huge. When we talk about execution, you talk about moving the football. Somebody big like that up front, that's where it starts.
Sure.
It's on the line first, and that's what's going to open up everything that you've talked about pregame here so far.
And on the defensive side of the ball, the Celtics have dominated on defense. They haven't been good. They haven't been excellent. They have been incredible. Last week, again, they were 9-0, and they really relied on that defense. And most of these kids play both ways. Mm-hmm. It is true Iron Man football at Trinity Catholic. And they dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides. But defensively, led by the senior Jordan Lewis, this team defensively is special.
Yeah. Absolutely. Jordan Lewis looking for another big game tonight from him. You mentioned, of course, number 24, Isaac General. And Corey King, he's one I like to watch. That's good talent there. And like you said, they play both sides of the football. And they just carry that through with I hope it's good execution to follow through on your home field again after a big win and just see where they can keep momentum building from there.
Yeah, considering the next 2 games are on the road, including a trip up to Jacksonville. And then they're going to go to the north side of the county with a game against North Marion, and North Marion is always tough. It's always tough to play at Stan Toole Memorial Stadium. And, again, defensively, Pete, you're going to hear a lot from Calvin Neal. You're going to hear from Christian Torres and Isaac General. But the key to this whole defense, to me, is Jordan Lewis. And this kid is special, 6'4", 210.
Yeah.
He's a track star. And when you watch, if you are here at the field watching, or you watch any game this year, just on defense, watch 32. He's going to take you to the football, and he's going to take you to the football with authority.
That's right. It is senior night tonight. Right now, they've got most of the seniors here now with the football team that they're calling. They've represented all of the sports here so far, and we're getting a look here at Isaac General coming up with his family here. It's always a fun night with senior night. Something these guys get to show their parents who are proud of them and everything else, and hopefully they carry that onto the football field too, with that momentum, just showing their parents that they've come this far. It's their senior year, and it's time to play your hearts out.
Yeah, and I don't know if we'll be able to play the interview that I have with Coach Sturdivant or not, but he has a lot of respect for this senior class. He mentioned almost all of them by name. This is his 3rd year, so he has seen these guys develop, from their sophomore year, and he called out a couple of people, a guy like Robert Rim, who was this skinny little kid, and now you look at him and he's just beefy. I mean, now he's 6 foot 180, and he's just ripped. And this is a guy that's going to play at the college level, probably Division II. You look at a guy like Jordan Lewis and Calvin Neal and the offensive line and all that leadership throughout. And what a special night it is for all the athletes at Trinity Catholic to come on the field, because football that's the game that stirs the drink. And they recognized all of their fall sports tonight, and they were able to come on the field with their parents. Some of them, they only have a finite amount of games left in them. And it's a special, special night.
It's a special night for the parents when you think about how much they've put in from the youth leagues and everything else carrying over. And like you talked about, the coach, watching these young guys develop, but watching the parents on the stuff we don't see, the after the game, the hugs, the back and forth with the dads about what maybe they should have done better, or what they did actually well.
Good at.
Absolutely. They're their own, dissecting their own game for their own boys.
Your biggest critic in life is usually your father.
Exactly, but then you have mom on the other side.
That's
there,
exactly
giving a little pat on the back.
Yeah, that's right.
Always doing good.
Man.
So, and that's fun. That's fun, and that's what we're going to see tonight.
Anybody who's ever coached their child can understand that. I'm coaching mine right now, and we'll get in the car, and I'll say, hey, I was watching the film. He goes, Dad, I just don't want to hear about it. I got to practice in 45 minutes. Can we talk about something else? And for a lot of these guys, it's the last time they're going to, we did throw that up with Christian Prep. We have that. We could talk about that now. There is going to be a game on November, the 11th, I think, something crazy like that,
I think you mentioned
against
that,
Jordan Christian. That will be their last home game, because they switched that to a home game, and that's going to be. It's going to be fun. I'm expecting a lot of fireworks tonight. We haven't even mentioned the Santa Fe Raiders, and the reason for that is they have not had a good team. They're in the middle of rebuilding. Santa Fe is located up in Alachua County on the north side, and right now they come in and they're 1-5.
Yeah.
They're a Class 4A team, really, really young, and their leader on that team is going to be Deron Reed, and this kid's got an opportunity to be special. He's just a sophomore, wears number 3. You're going to hear him on both sides of the ball. He's a dominant presence on both sides. Another guy you're going to hear about is Brandon Jenkins out of the backfield, Jalen Jones He's more of an athlete. You're going to see him flying all over the football. And then, of course, there's two brothers, the DeCourcy brothers. They're a year apart, but that's who you're going to see and hear from the Santa Fe Raider side. And, if you're on the other side and it's their senior night, it's a long, dramatic intro. I mean, they're still bringing kids on the field with their parents. And on the Raiders have decided to, if you've ever been to Trinity Christian, on the other side of the visitors' bleachers, there is a practice field where MCYFL, the Vikings, and the Steelers practice. That's where we practiced last year as a part of the Steelers. They're over there just trying to get out of it. Mm-hmm. They could have come on the field because Trinity is warming up on our right, and the left side is just wide open because the Raiders have decided to just get away from all this.
Yeah, and that's good. And like you talked about the young players, the mindset of just, watching everything is just getting going on pregame. There's a lot in their young minds going on. And when we talk young, you're looking at the roster sheet now, sophomore, freshman, sophomore. Young, and it's hard to carry for the seniors on that team with the talent that they're trying to develop, like you talked about, and that's where their season's at, like we said, with a record of 1-5. But you'd like to see them, give a little bit of something that Trinity can. I guess what I'm looking for is something to say, like, a little bit of a game, but at the same time, too, just, you carry in something fun to watch for the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a night that, they can play four full quarters on offense and defense, no mistakes. But, again, we're getting ready. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff, and they've got their last senior coming out on the field now, does Trinity Catholic, and we're going to continue to break this game down. Kickoff, they moved it back to 7:30, so you haven't missed a thing if you're just joining us. But you are listening to WOCA, and this is Trinity Catholic Football right here on The Source.
Until you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, and see their upfront pricing and how Automax puts their low outlet price, along with the Carfax and complete vehicle information on the window of every single vehicle. Then, and only then, can you take advantage of great finance offers, like rates from 2% with 0 down, and no payments for 90 days with loan approval. View all these great prices and vehicles on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax, quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and there are plenty of ways to tell how you might be a redneck. For instance, if your truck is bigger than the Bloodmobile, but your house isn't, you might be a redneck. But if you have a heart as big as a Bloodmobile, you might just be a life-saving blood donor. Seriously, I am a Life South blood donor, and I encourage you to give blood too. Patients in our community rely on Life South blood to save their lives. Call 888-795-2707 or visit www.lifesouth.org for donor center and blood drive information. Remember, the life you save might be a redneck you're related to. Thanks.
Welcome back to Trinity Catholic High School, where the Celtics are getting ready to take on the Raiders of Santa Fe. There's not a whole lot of water around Santa Fe. There's a big old lake, I guess, but I don't know how many Pirates were up in that area.
Raiders.
The Raiders. Yeah, you can't say Raiders without thinking of Al Davis. But, again, this is a night in which the seniors, and I apologize, I did do an interview with Coach Sturdivant. Just couldn't transfer that file over in time. But this is a game where Coach wants to get every senior the opportunity to play. And this is a game in which he really wants to keep moving in the right direction offensively.
Yeah. What did he say? What did he talk about with this offense here so far, this far into the season and everything?
You know, it really came down to three things on offensively. First, the offensive line is starting to click. They got Big John Glenn. You mentioned he's 300 pounds, just a beast. The second thing is what worked for them in the double wing that didn't work for them in the veer is they're able to run up the middle. Mm-hmm. And in order to, I don't care what offense you run, if you can run up the middle, if you can run what's called a lead play where your fullback leads you to the hole, if you can run the dive where they're going to dive, whether it's the fullback getting the ball or the tailback gets the ball, runs right behind the center and dives. If you can do that effectively, and effectively is either 4 to 5 yards a carry or more, obviously, then you're going to be successful. What he's now excited about is how the team is starting to say, oh, I see what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, and now he's able to give some of his athletes the ball in interesting positions. You know, a guy like Robert Rim, who as a wide receiver has just been abandoned. He hasn't been able to get the football at all because there isn't any openings. They can't throw the football. But now they can give it to him from that wing back set where he's crashing down. Sometimes he blocks, but when he gets the football, he gains 60 yards a carry. Mm-hmm. This team is averaging 400 yards of rushing offense the last 2 games, and he mentioned that. Yeah. One more thing he mentioned, and I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up, is he's just so proud of these seniors. Yeah. You know, and he named every single one of them individually and had something to say to every single one of them. You know, as a coach, there's a piece of you walking around in every one of those players that you interact with.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, they didn't completely abandon the pass by all means, but they found the run game that they've been looking for all season. And
they pretty much abandoned it. He even said it. He said, look, I joked with him. I said, hey, you going to throw the ball? And he goes, maybe. Because they threw the ball once last week, and they gained 35 yards. I really believe, and Coach mentioned it, he goes, look, we're in high school football.
Yep.
We got to run it.
Yeah.
And if they can run the ball for 400 yards a game,
why not stick to it?
That's dominant.
Absolutely. That wears a defense down no matter who you're playing. Those kids, 4 quarters of trying to stop that, it's exhausting, and that's what happens. You end up running all over them, and that's actually what we might see here tonight.
Well, I think that's what the Celtics are hoping for, is to be able to run downhill, be able to push this small and younger team around, and they have every opportunity. So, again, it's going to be a great night. It's getting a little cool. It's a little windy. You know, Nick Ryan is out right now at the 40 just practicing kickoffs because he can. He's a kicker. You don't coach a kicker. And so, you know, they're getting ready. They're going to do some announcements as they run through the band, and they're going to do their pregame prayer. And so we're going to go ahead and step aside before kickoff. So when we come back, we're going to have our kickoff, and we're going to be ready to go and get this underway. It's a 7:30 kick. But you are listening to Trinity Catholic Football on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
How would you like to win a new home and make a difference for Hospice of Marion County, the only not-for-profit hospice in the county? On Top of the World and Hospice are offering you a chance to win a brand new home right here in Ocala. All proceeds benefit Hospice of Marion County. Purchase your raffle entries for a chance to win a brand new home for only $100 at homefreeprize.com. The more you buy, the better your chance of winning. For complete rules and regulations and to purchase your entries, visit homefreeprize.com. That's homefreeprize.com. Certain restrictions apply. Must be 18 years of age or older to enter. Visit homefreeprize.com for complete rules and regulations.
All prizes donated. No purchase or contribution is necessary to win. Random drawing to be supervised by an independent auditor and held at 6 p.m. on November 2nd, 2017 at Circle Square Cultural Center, Hospice of Marion County, 3231 Southwest 34th Avenue, Ocala, Florida, 34474. Visit homefreeprize.com for complete rules and regulations.
One of the best things about living in beautiful Central Florida is that we get to have a garden all year long. Spend some time on Tuesday mornings in the garden with Carol Ann Baldwin right here on WOCA The Source from 9 till 10 a.m. Carol Ann will take your phone calls and she'll even check out your photos on her In the Garden Facebook page. Grab a tall glass of something refreshing and spend an hour in the garden with Carol Ann each Tuesday morning right here on The Source, WOCA.
Welcome back to Trinity Catholic High School. It's senior night here at Trinity Catholic, which is why we're a little later than we expected. We're still waiting for both teams to kind of take the field. We haven't even had the captains come onto the field yet. And so we're a little delayed. And I'm Galen Unold. I'm joined by my man Adam Mikulin. And
Good evening.
Adam, welcome back.
You got it.
Final thoughts before we get this kickoff going at some point tonight.
Yeah, we were talking about carrying momentum over from the win that they had last week. Now their home field doing it again. Let's see if they can do that. They're gonna, and that way we can set ourselves up for a good finish to this season, which is what we want to see out of these Celtics here. And it starts with tonight. It's one game at a time.
Sure.
Regardless, one game at a time.
Sure.
That's what tonight is. Like you talked about, senior night. A lot of passion for these young guys and their parents who are out tonight. For the support that they've had for all season and through their little football career that they've had from youth to now.
And again, senior night coming off of the heels of homecoming. You know, last week we talked to Coach Sturdivant about homecoming, and he said, I wouldn't allow my players to say the word homecoming. As the Trinity Catholic Celtics take on to the field with the American flag in tow, there will be no knees here as you know, it's always good to have a big offensive lineman carrying the flag as you're coming in. And that was a big one.
Yep.
That was
that's our boy John Glenn there.
Yeah, that's who it was,
earlier.
yeah.
That presence we'll see up front on the line. 6'5", 310.
Can you imagine feeding someone that's 310 pounds?
310.
And you know he's 17 or 18, right? And so he jumped. I got a 13 and a 16-year-old, and you can't keep them full. So
it's a lot of pizza rolls.
No, that's a lot. Yeah, a lot of bagel bites. Yeah. The microwave is on.
That's right.
All the time. You hear that beep all the time.
Yeah.
All right, but again, it's going to be a great football game tonight. I think we're all excited. Celtics are all fired up on the sidelines as they have called captains to the center of the field. And John Glenn's going to be a captain, as well as a couple of other seniors that we haven't seen a lot throughout the year, including Hunter Folsom is out there, and it's going to be a fun night. There's band members that are seniors, and crowd is full on the home side as the Trinity Celtics are wearing their all green, and the Raiders are wearing all white tops with gray and red pants. But we're going to keep it here and just wait for the toss so we can kind of tell you what's going to happen when we come back on a blistering night. It's not cold blistering, but it's windy.
It is.
So
it's a little breezy.
I should have brought a jacket. Adam's over here. God, it's hot. Going to start taking off clothes, but
Yep.
it's going to be a fun night. I'm really excited to see how this double wing, and again, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen the double wing before, it's so much fun to watch. All right. Hey, have a good one, Coach. So it's going to be a lot of fun, this game. And will the wind impact Santa Fe that runs that spread offense more than the Celtics who just run the ball?
Yeah.
When you're running, the wind has no impact.
Yeah, even running with a headwind don't matter if you can open up that front behind the center that you were talking about. So, yeah, and as we see right now, them doing a coin toss here.
Yeah, they're taking their time on the coin toss,
Sure
and we're all kind of just standing around waiting for the coin toss. Let's see who wins it. They're still talking. At some point, you have to put the coin in the air. But again, anybody who's ever played a sport and all your family and friends are in the stands, and I don't care at what level, you play better when you know
Absolutely.
your family and the people you love are watching you.
Absolutely.
You're going to give that much more, and that's what's going to happen tonight. As the Celtics have going to receive the ball, and the Santa Fe Raiders are going to kick off, and they're going to move from our left to our right. But we're going to go ahead and step aside as they play the national anthem and say the prayer. But you are listening to Trinity Catholic Football right here on WOCA, The Source.
One of the best things about living in beautiful Central Florida is that we get to have a garden all year long. Spend some time on Tuesday mornings in the garden with Carol Ann Baldwin right here on WOCA The Source from 9 till 10 a.m. Carol Ann will take your phone calls, and she'll even check out your photos on her In the Garden Facebook page. Grab a tall glass of something refreshing and spend an hour in the garden with Carol Ann each Tuesday morning right here on The Source, WOCA.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and there are plenty of ways to tell how you might be a redneck. For instance, if your truck is bigger than the Bloodmobile, but your house isn't, you might be a redneck. But if you have a heart as big as a Bloodmobile, you might just be a life-saving blood donor. Seriously, I am a Life South blood donor, and I encourage you to give blood too. Patients in our community rely on Life South blood to save their lives. Call 888-795-2707 or visit www.lifesouth.org for donor center and blood drive information. Remember, the life you save might be a redneck you're related to. Thanks.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license?
At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their Discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation.
Call today, 861-7484.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to the source, WOCA.
Group known as Special.
And we're back at Celtics Field, and Adam, I'm Galen Unold, and I'm joined with Adam. And Adam, the Santa Fe Raiders are going to kick off with the wind at their back. It's blowing in which direction, Mr. Pilot, sir?
We got a northeasterly wind, about a 030, about 7 knots.
Yeah, and
peak gust 1-2.
Hey, before we go any further, I do want to thank our sponsors, and that includes Ocala Aviation. Adam, during the broadcast, I want to hear a lot about it because next week you guys are flying me to Jacksonville to do the game.
Oh, yeah.
But also I want to thank Matt Wilkerson for Verizon Wireless. Thank you, because without Matt, we could not do this game. And he comes to you. That's huge. If you need your phone ported over, if you need your contacts changed over, he does that. Also, AutoMax, right on the corner, right on the price, and Life South Community Blood Centers. Give the gift of life and donate blood. All right, so the Raiders are getting ready to kick off, and the kicker for the Raiders tonight is going to be another sophomore, and they're almost all sophomores on the starting lineup, is Bonfiglio. He had no choice but to be a kicker with a name like Bonfiglio. So Spencer Bonfiglio is getting ready to kick the ball, and back deep is going to be a senior, Corey King.
Corey King.
But it's going to be an up kick, picked up by Bruton. Bruton heads to the right side. He breaks a tackle. He's up to the 30 and puts ahead up to the 32. And Bruton with a nice return, and the Celtics will have good field position to start off.
Great field position to start. Nice run there. Nice headstrong. Found a little bit of hole. Good blocking up front and special teams there for Trinity.
So they're going to start it. They're going to mark it at the 31. I thought he got a little further than that.
Yeah.
But it'll be 1st and 10, 11:53 left to go here in the first quarter, as the Celtics are going to go straight to the line of scrimmage from the sideline with Red is the quarterback. To his right side is going to be Bruton, and they're going to give it to Bruton. He heads to the right side, looks for a block, doesn't get it. He's going to actually lose a yard, and that'll set up 2nd down and 11. Cheerleaders are getting fired up. They're wearing their pink for breast cancer awareness. It's all about saving second base, Adam.
That's right.
You just got that joke.
It took me a minute.
Man. All right, I'll be here all night. Thank you. All right, so the Celtics have the football, 2nd and 10 from their 30. They got kind of a pistol set there with Red in the middle, and they're going to give it up to the up man, and that's Tony Bruton. He gets a block, pulls ahead, and he gains 8 on the play. That's going to set up 3rd down and a manageable 3, and that's the isolation play we were talking about, where the offensive line gets a huge surge to open that hole.
Yeah, and it took a moment to, if you notice, there took just a moment there to form up, but just that patience enough for him to get through it for Bruton.
And Red's going to get the snap. He options it off to the right side. He needs a block, picks it up, and he's right at the stick. That's going to be an interesting mark, as Tony Bruton again ran to the right side, and I think they're going to mark him a yard shy. First decision of the night for Coach Sturdivant. 4th and a short 1.
Makes you think about that first down play with just that short little loss, kind of hurting them here on this one.
All right, it's 4th and 1. The Celtics are going to go for it from their own 40. Red gets in shotgun. He gives the snap, gives it to Corey King, and he's right at the line of scrimmage. Depends on the mark, and they're going to give him the first down. Nice surge there, and that was led by John Glenn and Folsom and Kwiatkowski and Morales up front.
That was a good spot. It looked like he got to that, what looked to be that 42-yard line there, and they gave it to him.
Yeah, the Celtics had 3 backs in the backfield. in kind of a pistol set. And they're running an up back in the shotgun formation. They give it again. This time it's an option to the right. Red keeps it. He heads to the right side, pitches it late to Robert Rim, and he's got enough for the first down. Smart play there. Red had the option the whole way, but he waited to pitch it until he was about 8 yards past the line of scrimmage, and they're going to have enough for the first down, but the officials are talking.
Yeah, I don't
see a flag.
But that was a little bit of a late hit there out of bounds.
I agree with you, but there was a flag on the play. They're still talking about it. And before the game, I'm pretty familiar with this Whitecap, and he will call everything. And so that's going to be a chop block. So instead of 1st and 10 at the 47 of the Raiders, it's going to be 1st and 25 from the Celtic. Let's see where they end up marking it, if it's a 15-yarder or a 10-yarder. But it's going to be a first down and long. Yeah, it's going all the way back to the 27.
Did you get a look at that?
Yeah, it was on the back side of the play. It was a what happened was the wingback came down, crashed down, and didn't know he was engaged in a block already, and they're going to call that every time. All right, so as we wait for the Whitecap to get into his position, it's 1st and 25 from the 27-yard line. And there's a whistle to start play. Red gives it up to Corey King. Corey King heads to the right side for virtually no gain. 2nd down and 24.
These are those few mistakes that you want to, maybe if anything, get them out early, get them out. Now we're faced with a long 2nd down here. Try to get some momentum back on this next down here.
Yeah. All right, so Red's in shotgun. He gets the snap. He gives it to Bruton, and they fake the reverse. He heads to the right side and is met by about 5 or 7 Raiders. I don't know what you call it. Maybe it's a crew. A crew of Raiders. That's going to set up 3rd and 22 from the 31-yard line of the Celtics. They're going to go quick as they come to the line of scrimmage. Look at their wristband to get the play. 9:01 left to go in the first quarter. Red calls for the shotgun. They're going to swing the wind back in motion. They're going to run the option to the right side. They've got him isolated. And Red gets up to the 33-yard line where he's brought down. Nice backside pursuit there by the Raiders to set up a 4th and a 20. And now you're going to see Nick Ryan come out for the punt.
I think he was maybe doing a little too much there. Just take that ball. If you got the option, get to that corner, and you got another man on the wing there, you can dump that ball to. But good play on the defense there for the Raiders, just kind of staying back.
Yeah, it was a slow developing play. All right. Back deep for the Raiders is going to be DeCourcy, Jarvis DeCourcy. And there's a flag on the play. And that's going to be, they're going to talk about it again. So the officials are getting together. They're bringing back the deep judge who was 35 yards away from the play, asking him what he saw. Maybe 12 men on the field. Must have been, because now a Raider is running off. And again, young football team with the Raiders, that kind of stuff happens. So they're going to call illegal substitution. 12 men on the field, and that'll set up a 4th down and 15. It's still Nick Ryan's going to come into punt. And again, Jarvis DeCourcy is back deep for the Raiders. And we're waiting for the snap. There it is. It's a good one. Ryan puts in a nice hanging, spiraling kick, and there's a fair catch called, and it bounces at the 30. It bounces backwards, and it's down at the 34, but there's a flag on the play as a Celtic ran into the player before the ball was there after he called a fair catch. That's an easy call.
That's an easy call. A little late on the fair catch call there as that Trinity Catholic boy was steaming down there, but and nonetheless, he got in that crouched area.
If he doesn't call a fair catch, he can be blocked.
Yep.
And so, from a personal safety standpoint, really smart play. But it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. It's just a matter of where they mark it. And I'll tell you what, more conferences. Here we are. We're 4 minutes into the first quarter. and the officials are making their presence felt as they call interference on the kicking team. Easy call. Don't know what they were talking about. It's a 10-yard penalty. That's going to set up 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 39.
Even where the ball is placed now, you want to give credit to the punter for Trinity Catholic. Great punt on that, pushing them back a little bit, even with the penalty.
Yeah. I hope we're done talking about the officials, but we're probably not. All right. So now you've got Deron Reed underneath these in the shotgun formation as the Raiders play a spread. And this is what we're going to see all night, is how these Raiders can function against this really athletic, really dynamic defense of the Celtics. Well, it's great when your quarterback for the opposing team wears number 2 and there's 2 number 2s on the lineup. Kenyon Murphy is now the quarterback, and Reed is to his left. That's a high snap. It goes over the quarterback's head, and that's going to be a loss of 7 or 8. And that's going to set up a 2nd down, and they're going to call it a 25. They're going to call that a solid 10-yard loss. So now the ball is backed up all the way to the Raider 21.
Senior Tyreek Etienne, if I'm saying that correctly, in on that play with that bad snap, getting on the ball handler there to down him there far in the backfield.
2nd and 28. There's the snap. They're going to throw it out to the little flanker screen to the left side. He tries to make a man miss, but he's brought down. After a nice short gain of 4 yards, it'll be 3rd and long. Good inside-outside pursuit there by the Celtics, led by Isaac General. All right, so back to the line of scrimmage come the Raiders. They're going to operate out of the shotgun all night long. With Murphy is the quarterback. Behind him is Reed. There's a snap. It's good. They give it to Reed. He runs up the middle and is met by a whole clan of Celtics. 3rd down and 26 now.
Who do you got for 44 on Trinity Catholic?
I don't know. I should ask his mom. Let me see. Yeah, I don't have 44 on the roster. You got to love high school football.
That's right.
That young man made one heck of a football play.
Yep.
He changed his number. It's senior night. I don't know. Got to love it.
He's been on 2 real good plays there on defense so far.
I'm pretty sure it's Morales.
Yep.
Yeah. I am. All right, so here we go. 4th down and 20, and Raiders are going to punt. Back deep for the Celtics is going to be Corey King and Robert Rim, and the officials are not quite done yet. They're going to call delay a game against the Raiders because that play took forever. Again, very, very young football team on the Raiders side. And so now instead of 4th and 20, it'll be 4th and 25.
Good opportunity here for Trinity Catholic to get some good field position and, like we said, turn that momentum around and start moving this football.
And Murphy, the quarterback, is going to stay in the punt. Not a good situation here to fake it. He's going to get the snap. He kicks it, angles it to the right side. It's going to be fielded by Rim. Rim picks it up at his own 43, heads to the left side, gets a block. He's down the sideline. He's to the 30. He cuts it back inside. He's inside the 20, all the way down to the 11. But guess what? Flag on the play. And again, this crew, I'm very, very familiar with them. I see them every Saturday afternoon. Loves to throw the flags. And they're going to call a block that was about 25 yards off the ball. And they're going to call a block in the back, I'm pretty sure. Yep, block in the back against the Celtics. And I mean, you can see it plays right in front of us. If they go from our right to our left, it was on the near side. The block had to be 25 yards off the ball.
At the same time, too, the angles is what's tough on that, as you're trying to pick up a man to block as your guy's running downfield. You got to find a body, put a body on him, and it was just a bad angle, I think, from that point for that young man with the blocking the back penalty.
Instead of 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line, inside the Automax red zone, it's going to be 1st and 10 on the Raider side of the 46, and the Celtics are going to call a timeout and talk about it and kind of see how it goes on. But the first half of this first quarter, exactly what we expected by the Celtics defense. Offensively, penalties are killing.
Yeah, this officiating crew's already just shown us that they're willing to call it, and I guess gotta show a little bit more.
I will not use his name, but the second I saw him walk on the field, I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yep.
And if you remember, he called the Bellevue game, which was the first game of the year, and it was just a brutal affair with so many personal foul penalties, so many cheap little ticky-tack fouls, because he loves to make himself a part of the game. He does it against 7-year-olds, so you know he's going to do it at the high school level. You wonder how these guys keep their jobs, but, you know, that's another story. All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Celtics. They move from our right to left. 5:32 left to go in the first quarter. Red gets the snap. He's going to fake the pitch. He heads to the right side, just behind the center, picks up 4. He faked that to Tony Bruton and then kept it himself. I'm sorry, Corey King. And then kept it himself and gained a good 3.5 yards.
3.5 yards on that. That's a decision to go either way. Maybe he pitched that out. Maybe he could get the corner. But either way, positive yardage is what's good to see with Trinity Catholic.
Yeah. I'll tell you, deuces are wild in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
Red in the shotgun. He gets the snap. He gives it back to King. King needs a break a tackle and is unable to, and is shoved down there by a really nice play by the Raiders.
Darius Powell for the Raiders on that one. Pretty tough.
Big man. That's a big human being. They do have some beef up on the north side of Alachua.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to set up a 3rd and 9 now. That was a loss of... Oh, they're going to call it 3rd and 11. That was a loss of 4 on the play. So as the Celtics look at the wristband as they get the call directly from the sideline, no more huddle for this team. That's passe. There's the snap. They're going to fake it. It was to the up man, a cone, and he is brought down for a loss of 1, and that'll set up 4th and 12.
Was that a bad snap?
No, it was a direct snap to the up man, a cone. They've been doing that every once in a while. With the double wing, you've got to be very patient before you decide who gets the football. So that'll bring up Nick Ryan, who had a really nice kick last time that was muffed up a little bit by that foul on hitting the return man after a called fair catch. And now the Raiders are going to call timeout. With 3:53 left to go in the first quarter, still no score. Each team has used 1 timeout.
Take me through a little bit. We were talking about that offense. Now, no huddle, them looking at their wristbands here. Is that something that they've just worked well with getting up to the line and making things happen? Or is it just a different idea to offset the defense, to keep the defense on their toes?
It's new for this week. This is their first time. They did a little bit of this in the second half of last week. I think they just want to keep the momentum going with their offensive line, using the strength of this offense. Is their offensive line, and keep that defense guessing.
Right.
All right, so Ryan is going to come in for the punt after the timeout, and there it is. He puts his foot in the ball, puts in a nice kick into the wind, and it's caught at the 14. It's muffed. Not sure if it was touched. They're going to say it was never touched, and they're going to call it down at the 14-yard line. Woo! If you're a Raider fan right now, your heart just dropped as it bounced and bounced backwards. It was weird to see if that ball was touched before it was fielded. The Celtics are saying they want the football.
Exactly. I wouldn't say that the Raiders caught a break on that in some way, because I thought it was touched there. And if it was touched, that's a live ball. That's Celtics score on that one.
Yeah, the Raiders are going to say that, or the officials, I should say, are going to say it's going to be Raider football, 1st and 10, right on the 15-yard line, their own 15. As the Raiders run the spread, and shotgun formation again for Murphy. Murphy gets a set, bunch right to the right side. He's going to pitch it to the right side, and he's met in the backfield by a clan, including and led by Jordan Lewis, and Etienne was in there as well. Great pursuit there by the backside. And, all year teams have been trying to run right at Jordan Lewis, and that time it was a loss of 5 on the play.
Great penetration there by that defense here so far with what we've seen getting in the backfield and making plays.
All right, shotgun again from Murphy. 3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 back, no tight end set. And there's a snap. They're going to give it to the man in the backfield, Reed, and he's brought down after a gain of maybe 1. 3rd and 14. And I believe Morales was in there for the tackle. Mm-hmm. Nice play. And again, most of these guys play both sides of the football. Folsom's playing right on the nose. Morales is to his right. And then they put Jordan Lewis wherever they think he can make a play. 3rd and 15. And they're dropped back to pass, and he's met in the backfield, and that's going to be a huge loss, nearly a safety. He's blocked down all the way at the 2-yard line. Loss of 6 on the play.
Ooh, what a hit. What a hit. I think that was, again, that Tyreek Etienne. How do you say that? Etienne. Yeah. A monster hit there in the backfield. Ooh.
You want to play football. Whew. But now you've got an interesting situation. It's 4th down, and they're going to say it's 33, but it's more like 27. And but they're going to be kicking the ball from their own 2, and Murphy is going to be the snap. Snap is everything here.
With the penetration so far with the defense, this might be interesting here.
This defense is special. It really, truly is special. Back deep is Rim and Tony Bruton. And there's the snap, and the kick is up. High kick. It's going to be picked up by Rim at the 35. He needs a block. He makes a move at the 35, goes across field looking for help, cuts it up the middle, dancing, not getting any yards, ends up catching the ball right where he caught it, or getting tackled right where he caught it. Ladies and gentlemen, I did my best. He ran right, he ran left, he ran back up the middle, ran left, and gained 0 yards on a 47-yard run.
He made about 5 guys miss. However, it wasn't for positive gain, but boy, it looked fun. It looked fun. That was backyard Saturday afternoon football with your buddies. That's what that was.
We used to call it kill the man with the ball, and he made a bunch of people look silly. I don't think he was really tackled. He fell. But at some point, he's got to make up his mind and head forward. All right, that was fun. 1:32 left to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10. Ball sits right at the 39. Red's got his Celtics to the line. He's going to option it to his left, and that's Bruton. Bruton makes a man miss, gets over into right back to the line of scrimmage after a lot of moves. They pitch that ball so deep at him. It's hard to get. They're getting a lot of penetration from the right side of the defensive line right here.
It's taking a little longer to develop. Remember, they're on the short side of the field there, and that number 5 for Santa Fe there is again with the I think his Powell was the name there. Sophomore, looking pretty good there tonight.
And the Celtics come back to the line. They're going to run the option this time to the right side, but they're met for a loss of 7 and another flag on the play because we haven't had one in a few. And so the referees just need to make sure they understand that this is their game. So instead of it was 2nd and 9. Now I think it's going to be 2nd and 19. Depending on where they call this, if this is a spot foul, there was already a loss of 4. So it could turn into a loss of 14, which will set up 2nd down and 23.
What do you think of them spreading the field like they have so far? They've kind of gone away from the up the middle, like we were talking about with the dive and everything else. What do you think? I'd say still get behind the big man and let's put it up the middle.
You know, one of the things Coach Sturdivant talked about with me off the air is really clear. It is a holding call. It is a 10-yard penalty from the spot. That is going to set up 2nd down and 29. He said, look, if the cornerback's going to play off, we're going to run it. We're going to run it outside. If he's playing tight, then we're going to run it up the middle. And right now, it just doesn't seem to be working really well. And it's early, 55 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Red gets the snap. He gives it. Oh, he fakes it to Bruton. Now he chips it deep to Robert Rim. Robert Rims gets met right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll give him a gain of 1. That's going to set up 2nd down at 24. 41 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
If anything, it starts to wear out these defensive ends here for Santa Fe. So we, keep pressing, keep doing it. Eventually, it might work here. It might come around.
All right, they get the call from the sidelines. 25 seconds at counting. They need a country mile. 3rd and 25 here. There's the snap. Red's going to drop back. He's going to throw a screen, and it's set up well for Corey King. Corey King needs some blocks. He gets him. He breaks the tackle. He's at the 35, and he's shoved out of bounds all the way up to the 30. They're going to mark him down at the 33. That's going to set up 4th down and 3. 21-yard gain on the little screen. Nice little play. I saw them working on that pregame, and that worked perfectly. Great patience there by King Red to really allow that to set up.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when you put the ball in the hands of your athletes, including Corey King. He made a man miss, broke a tackle, tiptoed down the sidelines, and turned that into something special. 4th and 3, Celtics are going for it. Red gets the snap. He's going to give it to Bruton. Bruton heads to the left side, makes a man miss, goes all the way up to the 15-yard line. That'll be a first down for Tony Bruton on a pretty little run there.
Now starting to see that momentum. That's a big play on 4th down to keep moving the football. Something that come up from the play before to make it 4th and doable. Something they hadn't had tonight.
Absolutely. So when we come back, we are going to be 1st and 10 for the Celtics inside the Automax red zone. You are listening to Trinity Catholic Football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
All right, so we're back here at Celtics Field. It's senior night as the Celtics are taking on the Raiders. Just starting the second quarter, still no score. But the Celtics are knocking on the door inside the Automax red zone on 1st and 10. They're going to give the ball to Tony Bruton. He heads to the left side, gets a block, and he picks up a solid 5 yards on the play. Celtics are going to work quick shotgun formation for Red. He's going to give it back to the hot hand with Bruton. Bruton dances, shakes, bakes, gets a block, puts his head down, and has enough for a first down.
Another good, solid run.
And again, it's up the middle.
Yep.
Up the middle. And that one, you see how shifty Bruton is. He's gained, this Celtics offense has gained over 400 yards a game the last 2 weeks. Tony Bruton's a leading rusher in the county. He should be all-state. All right, here we go. It's going to be 3rd and 1. They didn't give him the first down. Red gets the shotgun. He's going to give it to Corey King. Corey King moves ahead behind a huge push from Kwiatkowski, and he gets into the end zone for 6.
Touchdown.
You got to feel really good for the junior Corey King with a touchdown as he poses and gets some selfie shots in the imagination and gets yelled at by his coaches to say, don't ever do that again. It didn't cost him 15 yards, but it could have. But again, 10:45 left to go. The Celtics have struck first. 6-0 here on senior night. Calvin Neal was a little late to come onto the field, but he's there now, and Nick Ryan is going to come up for the extra point. And the referees have decided that they need to talk about some things. And I'm gonna crush these officials all night because they're just not very good. All right, and so they're going to call illegal substitution on the Celtics, and that's going to push back the extra point another 5 yards. So instead of it being a short little 17-yard or 27 or 22-yard kick, it'll be a 27-yard kick. All right, so here we go.
Wind at his back.
Yeah, wind's at his back now. This is not a big problem for Nick Ryan. He's got the foot. Let's see if he's got the accuracy. Kick is up, and it's true. And that's going to be 7-0 Celtics. Nice drive there for the Celtics.
Absolutely. That's what we were looking for. Start of the second quarter, that's what you're looking for. Carry this through the rest of it. Now let's get to see that defense.
This team is led by its defense. Mm-hmm. That defense set up that field position.
Absolutely.
It set up the whole, thing. The Raiders haven't, I think they're negative yards offensively. They've had a sack, high snap, penalties. You cannot do that against a defense that's this good. So now Nick Ryan's going to kick off. 10:45 left to go in the first half. 7-0. Celtics with a lead. It's been a while since that happened. They didn't have the lead for more than 2 minutes last week. And it took them a long time to score when we were down in South Sumter. But once they got going, they got going. So let's see if they can really start this offense going and really keep that momentum. All right, back deep for Santa Fe is going to be one of the number twos. There's a couple of number twos. Sneed is going to be back there, and also Reed is standing next to him. Nick Ryan's thinking about it. And now he approaches the ball. Puts his foot into a nice high kick with the wind at his back. That's going to go through the end zone for a touchback. And if you're a kicker, you love weather.
Absolutely.
Almost as much as a pilot.
Absolutely. Good weather.
So what's going on right now at Ocala Aviation? What do you guys got going on?
We've got so much, and since you mentioned Ocala, I wanted to give a little shout out. I met before I got up here to the booth. It was a Trinity Catholic student who's now at Florida State, Alexandria. She got her private last summer, and that's just one of the things that we do at Ocala Aviation with a few Trinity Catholic students working on their private for their career in aviation, along with locals all over the community, and even international students that we do with. As an instructor here, I get the opportunity to do what I can to fly with them and train them to be pilots, and that's what we do at Ocala Aviation. So we urge everybody to come out to the airport. Yep, Ocala's got one.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Raiders, and just not, the officials haven't been a part of the game enough. So they're going to call delay a game, 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15. And the reason I say that is because after a touchback, the official has the opportunity to call when they want the play started. And he was a little quick. All right, 1st and 15, and there's the snap. And the running back, Reed, gets met in the backfield for a 10-yard loss. Wow.
Yikes.
The quickness up there by Morales and Folsom. And, it was there. I think even King Red was in on the tackle.
These last two offensive possessions by the Raiders is just getting felt with the fury and fire of this defense for Trinity Catholic. Big hits. That was one of them.
All right, Murphy is back to snap, and there's another flag on the play because it had been one in a row. And so it's currently 2nd down and 20 with 10:15 left to go in the first half. I'm telling you, this crew calls everything. If you look at them wrong, it's a flag. And it's this way every game I've ever seen them officiate. It's brutal. All right, so they're going to call a 15-yard or 5-yard penalty on something. And so it'll be 2nd down and 15. Celtics show blitz. Murphy hands the ball off in the backfield. And the running back, Reed, is brought down after about a 1-yard loss, or gain, I'm sorry. That'll set up 3rd down and 14.
Looked like Isaac General on the tackle for that one.
Boy, the Celtics defense is just flying around.
And they're spreading all around. It's not one guy stepping up. It's this whole defense here making tackles here so far all game. Big hits like we talked about coming from every player here so far on the line and in the backfield.
Every week I try to get more information about this defense from Coach Sturdivant. And, he's reluctant. And now the quarterback's going to drop back. He throws a fade pattern. Montez Leaf is out there, but what an incredible grab by Jarvis DeCourcy. He one-handed it. Montez Leaf was there with him step for step. But instead it's a 38-yard gain as the ball goes all the way out to the Raiders 44.
Oh,
wow.
That was something out of a Randy Moss playbook there. One-hand grab. You got to give it to Trinity Catholic. There's nothing else you can do on defense. He was like a blanket, but still managed to make that catch.
Sometimes players make plays, and now Reed is back at underneath in the shotgun at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Jalen Jones, and he's going to be brought down after a 1-yard loss. Quarterback change here in the second quarter. Maybe there's a benching of some kind because, Reed has been the quarterback for this team all year, and they did a little switch with Murphy. But now Reed is back in there.
It shows you right there. There was a big hole on that right side for him to get, and he's a quick little guy, but that defense is right there to stop him.
It'll be 2nd down and 9 with the ball at the 44, 8:38 left to go in the first half. Shotgun snap, And Reed's going to keep him himself. Heads to the left side. Needs a lot of help. Nice stiff arm to gain an extra 4 yards. As he says, here's my palm, Montez Leith. Eat it. And that allowed him to gain another 4 yards because he could have been tackled for a 3-yard loss, but instead it was a 1-yard gain. And that'll set up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that was a good athletic play by that was a Devin Reed. Because, again, just penetration on the defensive side for the Celtics there, forcing him in the end around, but he got to the sideline for a positive gain.
Good inside-out pursuit there by Corey King and Tony Bruton. Corey King was there. Shotgun formation. Little bunch set now. Things have kind of changed. Reed drops back the pass. That's Murphy. Sorry, he runs to the right side, breaks the pocket, breaks another tackle, gets all the way into Celtic territory, all the way down to a 40-yard line as the Raiders are kind of interchanging quarterbacks now between Murphy and Reed.
I guess they're trying to change something up to find something from somewhere. So far they found a little something, but a great positive run.
It was a really, really nice quarterback scramble. He saw open grass and he ate it up.
Looked like something from last night, something you'd see Cam Newton run.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 40. Raiders are moving the football now. Shotgun snap. He drops back the pass, throws a little slant. It's caught at the 30. He's to the 20. He breaks a tackle inside the 12-yard line, and that's Daron Reed for a nice 28-yard gain there. That's going to set up 1st and 10 for the Raiders right outside the 10-yard line in the Automax red zone. 7:47 left to go in the first half.
A quick play, a quick slant. Again, the defense, it's not like we're talking about huge separation here. Great defense by the Celtics to stay with these receivers, but yet they're just trying to find a way to make plays, and they are. Great tackle there, save a touchdown after a great cutback by that receiver.
Yeah, Reed is their playmaker, and Murphy's underneath the center. They're going to give it to their deep man, and he runs ahead for 7 yards. That's the big fella we've talked a lot about on defense over there with Darius Powell.
It's 5'11", 212.
He looks a lot bigger than 5'11". All right, here we go. 2nd down and 4 for the Raiders. Murphy is in the shotgun. He's going to give it back to Powell. Powell pulls right ahead. It's a fumbled snap. Flag out on the play. I thought he handed it off, but he kept it himself. And that's a loss of 5, but the officials will say, hey, I need to call a flag. Oh, he picked it up. Thank goodness.
I was going to ask you, what was the flag on that? Because it didn't look like anything.
It looks like he's decided to pick it up.
I didn't know fumbling a football was a flag.
Thank you.
Was a penalty.
So that's going to set up 3rd and 10.
I'll be honest with you. I thought he handed the ball to that fullback there.
Yeah, I did too. He fooled me. 3rd and 10 from the 14. And the Raiders are going to call timeout. They've got 1 left now, and Adam, here we are, 7 minutes left to go in the first half.
And yeah, look at that. The Raiders have summed themselves a positive drive here. Like we were talking about, an interchanging of trying to do something different to keep the Celtics on their heels, and so far they've done that, moving the football all the way down inside their own territory here at the, what is that,
it's 14.
11.
Oh, they're going to call it the 11. I'm sorry.
The 11.
So they can get a first down without scoring. But what they've done, and again, this drive started at their own 20, but the Raiders have done a couple of things. They're throwing those quick passes to their athletes, and that's Reed when he's been at wide receiver. When Reed has been playing quarterback, he's been keeping it kind of moving, and they've been breaking the pocket. You know, the Celtics got a little sloppy. They lost containment on the edges. And when you do that against these kind of athletes, they're going to expose you.
This is kind of big here. 3rd and 10, like you talked about, they can still get a first down here. But if they hold them here, they might have to go for it on 4th down or try to kick a field goal.
All right, so Murphy is the quarterback. He drops back, looks to his right, fires to Reed. Reed tries to adjust, and it's picked off, but there are 2 flags on the play, and that is going to be pass interference against Robert Rim, who was over there in position, but he got a little jersey tug. He pulled the shoulder pads to prevent a touchdown, and that's going to be 1st and goal for the Raiders.
Yeah, kind of a nice call there on the outside of the end zone there, one-on-one for man coverage, and when you're the only man out there on defense, it's hard not to want to pull on something because you know you're beat.
I mean, you got to hide a little bit better than that if you're a senior. I mean, Robert pulled him so far, he was then close enough, and he picked it off, and if he doesn't make that tug, I think that's 6 points. So That's a good, smart football play, but it is going to see 1st and 10 1st and goal from the 6 for the Raiders.
These quick plays that the Raiders are playing here, and we're not talking the Celtics any less on defense. They're getting penetration, and they're getting back there quick. The only problem is quick slants, quick releases, quick outs, everything happening quick in the Raiders' offense.
All right, 1st and goal, shotgun formation for the Raiders, and Murphy is the deep back. He's going to give it to Powell. Powell puts his head down, gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to set up 2nd and goal from the 5.
Jordan Lewis on the tackle for that. That was a great play by the defense of the Celtics there, getting that penetration, getting him now.
Yeah, and again, a lot of these guys play both ways. Tony Bruton was in there on the tackle as well. And, Folsom's in there. They got John Glenn up front. Morales is up there. These guys need to make a play here as it's 2nd down and goal from the 5. Inside the Automax, 4th down. Isn't it an automatic 1st down? I guess it wasn't. That's weird. All right, thought it was an automatic 1st down. But they're going to bring in their kicker, Bonifigalo, and they're going to kick a field goal. It'll be a 21-yarder. It's a bad snap. Powell picks it up, tries to break out to the right side, and is brought down for a loss. Check that. That was Reed. It was a bad snap. Couldn't get the hold down. And now it's going to be Celtic football, I think.
I was a little confused on that, too, going back to that pass interference call we had a few downs ago.
Is there a flag on the play? What is going on? I'm very confused.
I think there is.
Oh, they're going to call offsides on the Raiders, but that's going to be Celtic football. Nice stand by the defense.
Good.
How was that not 1st down?
I don't know. Going back to that pass interference call,
Yeah,
I thought it moved the football. Yeah,
it was
holding, yeah.
Huh? That was a really smart play there by Robert Rim.
Because we were talking 3rd and 10 and just moved the ball 5 yards, and then 4th and 5, they had to kick a field goal.
Yeah, they're going to call a water break, and so we are going to take a really quick timeout before we take on the 2nd half of the 1st half. You are listening to Trinity Catholic Football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
6:06 left to go here in the 1st half. The Celtics have the football after a nice stand by their defense. They're going to have it 1st and 10 from their own. They're going to call it the 9-yard line.
Big stand by the defense. We talked earlier about that drive from the Raiders coming from their own 20-yard line, but then having the Celtics stop them short inside their own 20.
So Red's going to get the snap. He's going to give it to Bruton. Bruton runs over the right side, picks up a solid 5-yard line. And the offensive line moved the ball there on 1st down. That's going to set up 2nd down and 4. Let's see if the Celtics could score here to end the 1st half. They have dominated time of possession. Red is the quarterback, and he's in shotgun. Next to him is Bruton, and of course there's a flag on the play. Pre-snap penalty, so let's see if somebody was lined up in the neutral zone. They were, and that was going to be on the Celtics. So instead of 2nd down and 4, it's going to be 2nd down and 9. And again, the last penalty didn't count because it was, declined. So they had to make it up. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 9 from the 11. Celtics in the shadow of their own goal. Shotgun formation for Red. He fakes a handoff, heads to the left side, picks up a block from Robert Rim. He's got 6, 7, and he's over the 1st down marker for a gain of 10 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 22.
Great patience on that quickness to the outside and then cutting it upfield, waiting on that to open up, and then cuts it upfield for the 1st down. That was a great run.
Beautiful block out there on the outside by Rim. I believe that was Rim.
Rim, yep.
And nice play. Actually, I think it was Calvin Neal. Sorry, Calvin. Nice play. All right, so there's the snap. They're going to give it to Bruton. Bruton heads over the right side, needs a block, but instead is met by a crew of Raiders after a gain of 3.
Unable to bring him down on that. Tough young man.
Oh, they're going to mark it because of forward progress. They're going to give him 1 yard gain. That'll set up 2nd down and 9 from the 21. They need to get just to the other side of the 30-yard line. And there's a penalty on the play. I'm not sure how you get holding on a 1 yard right up the middle when they're blocked. But the officials called it. I'm telling you, they're bad. It's going to be 1st and 21 or 20,
folks,
for the Celtics.
We were paused here just with a substitution and everything lining up for the football, and they threw a flag. I'm a little speechless.
Oh, it's going to be all night. They're going to call holding, and that'll be 1st and 20.
That's a late
The ball
call.
now sits at the 11.
That's a late call.
And there's a snap. They're going to fake it to Bruton and give it on a direct snap. And they're going to gain 8 yards on the play. I'm waiting for the pile to move to see who picked that run up. Not sure. Don't know. Yeah, it was a cone. When they run that double wing, you have to be very patient to see who actually has the ball. But a cone, nice run there of 8. 2nd down and 12. Celtics move quickly. 4:17 left to go in the first half. Reed's going to drop out. He wheels out to the right, throws the ball into the flats, intended for Leaf. Leaf makes a great catch all the way out to the 37-yard line. And Leaf got a little payback after that long catch that was made on him. He made a nice catch there on the sideline. Good throw by Red.
Absolutely. Putting on that outside shoulder. Made his receiver go get it, and he did.
Nice play there by Red. And Montez Leaf, 2 juniors connecting. Red's in the shotgun. He gives it to Bruton. Bruton looks for the block on the right side, picks it up, puts his head down, moves his legs, and picks up 6. That'll set up 2nd down and 4.
Now we're starting to see that momentum starting to fall into place here so far in this drive. A great run back to the original line of scrimmage, and then you go from there on 1st and 18.
They're running right behind Morales and Kwiatkowski. Really looking good on this play, on this drive. 2nd down and 3. In motion goes Bruton. They're going to option to the short side, the right side. Bruton gets a block. He's out over midfield all the way to the 46-yard line, and had one man to bleed because he had a cavalry of Celtics with him, and they were about to crusade all the way down the field.
It looked like Celtics 76 might have been on the tackle that one for us. Just ran into him, but here we go again, moving that football.
I like what the Celtics. They play every one of their players are inside the box. It's amazing. 1st and 10. Red's going to keep it himself. Looks for a block over the right side. Gets it. He's over the 40. He's to the 30. He's inside to the 27-yard line with a nice hard leg-churning run for the Celtics. 1st and 10. All the way down to they're going to mark it right at the 28-yard line.
28-yard line from the 32 to the 28, carrying 4 guys on his back, just keeping his legs moving. Tough.
But the offensive line is really starting to make a mark against the Raiders. All right, 1st and 10. 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. There's the snap. Red runs right up the gut. He meets a whole bunch of Raiders right at the line of scrimmage and is going to be brought down after a gain of 4. Nice surge there by the O-line.
Tony Bruton.
And the Celtics are going to call timeout. It'll be 2nd and 5, 2:51 left to go. 7-0 Celtics. They have 1 timeout remaining.
That goes to show you just a little bit there on the defense side of the Raiders, just kind of winded, and it shows in the proof. Bruton's refusing to go down, and they stop his forward progress. And just a little tough between Bruton and one of those defensive linemen, and he showed him the arm strength. He says, yep, can't bring me down.
That offensive line is starting to get that push. There was no contact made on the last 3 runs by any of their running backs for the first 3 yards. It's just clear running. Even on that was just a lead play where the running back just ran it right up the middle and wasn't touched until he hit about 8 Raiders. And what we're starting to see is the Raiders are lining up a little further off the line of scrimmage, trying to go quicker through the gap.
Yep.
And so we have the cheerleaders for the Celtics are doing their tumbling and twirling in the air, and that's always a distraction for me. It's a rule. Whenever I see something flying, my eyes go to it. It's weird.
That's what I do, too. As a pilot, there's always something you have to look at. It's flying.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and 6 for the Celtics.
Hey, we got pink socks on. How about that?
Yeah, breast cancer awareness. Red's going to keep it, goes to the left, gets a block up the middle, shakes, bakes, And there's a flag on the play because it had been a while. And that's going to set up 3rd and 2 pending the penalty. But I believe it's going to be on holding. The side judge called it. He's called a lot today. And I think he's going to call a block that maybe occurred 15 yards off the ball. They're going to call personal foul face mask. How in the world did he call face mask from there? Do not know. That's going to be an automatic first down. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. So that's going to be inside the 5-yard line.
It's going to move the football good for the Celtics there as they continue this drive.
Wow, that's a tough play to make from there. I mean, I'm not kidding. He's 35 yards from the ball. That's brutal. All right, here we go. They're going to put it down at the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9.5. 2:42 left to go in the first half.
Not to mention that pile that was carrying it over to see that. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, shotgun. Red gives it to Bruton. Bruton goes over the right side and puts his head down and gains 3 on the play. That'll set up 2nd and goal from the 7 inside the Automax red zone. Right on the corner, right on the price.
Look like they got away with another one there on the defense. Maybe a little face mask on that wasn't called. But we're still moving the football here.
Let's just not call it.
Yeah.
All right. Shotgun, Red. Looks for the snap. A cone is in front of him. They're going to move Bruton in motion. They're going to option it to Corey King. Corey King heads over the right side for a touchdown. For the 2nd touchdown of the night for King to put up the Celtics 13-0. Nice hard run there by the Celtics.
Nice blocking up front around the end there for him to get into the end zone like that. Great job by the Celtics.
That's going to be touchdown, and now Nick Ryan's going to come in for the extra point. 13-0 here in the first quarter. 2:05 left to go. Maybe the defense can get the football back. Nice run there by Corey King. Tony Bruton comes onto the field for the extra point.
You like to see that at the end, too.
They're still one short. They're going to send one more guy up to fill the hole. Taking a long time. They need to hurry up. Good snap. Hold is down. The kick is up. And Nick Ryan is good to add another point to the board. It's 14-0 Celtics. You are listening to Trinity Catholic Football on WOCA, The Source.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
And welcome back to Trinity Catholic High School at Celtics Field. Celtics lead 14-0 against the visiting Raiders from Santa Fe. And nice drive there by the Celtics. They took the ball over in the shadow of their own goal line after a failed field goal attempt that kind of went awry after a snap. And they moved the ball 94 yards for a touchdown. Nice drive there. And they actually completed a pass. Now Nick Ryan's going to put his foot in the ball with the wind at his back, and there's a flag on the play. I know we're all shocked by that, but that's going to be offsides against the Celtics because that referee hadn't called one in a while, and it was his turn.
Is that? Yep. I don't know how. We're seeing it from up here. I don't know how offsides that really could have been on a kickoff. But nonetheless.
If you go to enough games in Marion County, you know who the refs are. You know what they call, and you expect it. And it's amazing how much of an impact this crew has on every single game they officiate. So Nick Ryan's going to kick it instead of from the 40, from the 35. Now, this one may not go through the end zone, even though it's a strong, how many knot win, Mr. Pilot?
No, it looks about 7 knot win from the northeast.
See, I would call that like 12 miles an hour, but it's 7 knots. All right, so here we go. Nick puts his foot in the ball. Line drive kick that bounces at the 20. It's fielded at the 10 by Reed. Reed heads up the middle, gets a block, gets over the 25, all the way up to the 27-yard line, where it'll be Raider football, 1st and 10.
Now we're going to see a chance for this defense. See if they can get a stop here before the half, and like you said, maybe get the ball back to see something as a field opportunity or a field position opportunity here and see what the defense can do.
Red was met pretty hard right there at the 27-yard line, and I believe he is down. Not Red. I'm sorry, Reed. Excuse me, Reed for the Raiders is down. I don't know if he got the wind knocked out of him or what, but the training staff is on the field. So with 1:59 left to go in the first half, we are going to step aside. You are listening to Celtics football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
1:59 left to go in the half. Raiders have the ball. Murphy is back at the quarterback. They're going to have 3 wide receivers to the left side, do the Raiders. Murphy gets the snap, drops back, looks to throw over the middle. He's got a man on the left side. That's Powell, and Powell's knocked out of bounds after an 8-yard gain. And you got a Cones over there, and a Cones weighs about 118 pounds. And Powell weighs like 350, it looks like. It's a complete mismatch, but nice tackle there by a Cone.
And nice by the Raiders getting that pass out. We had 2 Celtics in the back there about to pop him before he released that football.
2nd and 5. And their quarterback keeps it, runs outside the right side, but is dragged down from behind on a horse collar. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And we had 4 flags on the play, so maybe that means we'll go 4 plays without a flag. We'll see, but that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against Reggie Lewis. Jordan Lewis.
Jordan Lewis. We saw that one from the booth. That was obvious, but we had every single flag.
Yeah. Well, there's
from this side too.
There's 5 on the field. 4 of them threw penalties, including one that was a good 60 yards off the ball. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 now. Ball's going to go all the way into Celtic territory after the 15 additional yards after the penalty. Ball sit right at the 44. Murphy is the quarterback. He's in shotgun. Next to him is Reed. He drops back. Jordan Lewis gets behind him and picks up the ball. It's fumbled and recovered by the Celtics. Jordan Lewis did it all. Sack, strip, fumble recovery. Celtics football, no penalties. 1:33 left to go in the first half.
Wow, what a play.
Just put that right there as a highlight reel. Wow. I mean, if you're looking for a young man who can play middle linebacker, defensive end, outside linebacker, he's 6'4", ladies and gentlemen, 210. He's a senior, and he's a track star. And that was beautiful. Ran around the right side, stripped it, saw the ball, picked it up.
Just as they were getting in the backfield there a few times in the last plays, not able to bring him down as that young quarterback stepped up in the pocket. This time, nowhere to go, and he made him pay for it.
Beautiful play. So now the Celtics have the ball with great field position. Ball sits right at the 41-yard line. King Red is the quarterback. He's deep in shotgun. He's going to give it to Bruton. Bruton gives it to Rim, and he runs over the right side, picks up a block, has 10, has 11, has 12. But the back judge said, wait a second, it's my turn to call a penalty. And the white cap calls a penalty after a 14-yard gain, and he's going to call holding. Nope, he's going to call false start about 15 seconds after the play. And that'll be 1st down and 15. And by the way, that is not his call. The white cap who's behind the play should not call that. That's the side judge call. But again, I know these officials pretty well, and they love to call penalties. Love it. This is their element. So it'll be 1st and 15 with the ball sitting at the 35-yard line. 1:26 left to go. That nullifies an incredible run by Robert Rim.
That was a great play. That's just lost for words on that one there, Galen.
What are you going to do? 1st and 15. Bruton's going to go in motion. They're going to do a little pitch forward to a young man, and he gets 5 yards. And that's going to set up 2nd down and 10. And 1 minute left to go here in the first half. Celtics don't seem to be in a rush. They do have a timeout remaining. They could get into Nick Ryan field goal range.
With the wind behind him.
Yeah, and they're going to give it to Bruton. Bruton heads to the right side, picks up a block. He's over the 50. He's all the way into Celtics territory to the 46-yard line. That's going to stop the clock on the first down, and the Celtics go quick. Nice block there for Tony Bruton. 1st and 10. Here we go. They start the clock. 44 seconds left to go. And now King's going to give it to Corey King. Corey King heads over the right side, gets a block. He's at the 30, and he's brought down there after a 18-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10, 34 seconds left to go.
With the wind could be in his back, we might be looking at maybe one more play to even get into a field goal position situation here.
Yeah, and the Celtics called their last time out there. I'm not sure why. Kind of wish Corey King got out of bounds there.
He cut back on the inside, and I thought about the same thing. He takes one step out of bounds. They save themselves a timeout. They got 2 more plays. They have an opportunity to run and get themselves maybe in the end zone.
Yeah, but Corey King's got 2 touchdowns already. He said, I'm going for the trifecta. It's senior night. I'm a junior.
Senior night. I'm a junior. I want the hat trick.
That's right. He's had a heck of a football game. And the right side of this offensive line has been spectacular. Really, really doing well. And I just figured out who 44 is, and that's Dixon. Dixon has had one heck of a football game, and he's a senior, and that's one of those guys that Coach Sturdivant has talked about in the pregame and the interview that I couldn't play. But Dixon has had one heck of a football game. But they're following Dixon, who's playing the right tackle. Morales playing right guard. And they are just moving the football. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Reed drops back to pass. They're going to throw a throwback screen to Corey King. He gets a block. He's over the 30. He makes a man miss. Huddles, jumps. There's a flag that comes from 35 yards away. He's in the 10, 5, touchdown. It's coming back for a block in the back. As the official, he said, look, I haven't thrown a flag. I want to test my arm, so I'm going to throw it from the back of the end zone all the way to the 20-yard line, and that'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot. Let's see where the spot is. But instead of a touchdown, it's going to be 1st down and 17 from the 37-yard line.
Is that a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul?
Yeah, it's a spot foul. But I'm not kidding. The back judge threw that 30, 45 yards away. He was inside the 5-yard line when he threw it. Shotgun formation. Red drops back. He surveys under pressure and throws it away. Smart decision by the young man who's had a pretty good day throwing the football tonight. And so now they're going to bring out the field goal team.
There's a flag. Hang on.
Oh, is it really?
I don't know where this comes from being so late. He literally dropped that.
Well,
50 seconds after the play's over.
This is one's by the umpire, and the umpire hasn't thrown one all night. Maybe he's like, hey, it's my turn. No, hey, they picked it up. They said, look, it's 12 seconds left. I'll get mine in the second half.
Jeez.
I mean, I don't do a good job of keeping stats, but I bet you there's been 16 penalties.
Yeah, I don't like to keep track of those things, but to be honest with you, Galen, I might keep track of the second half.
All right, so they were going to bring out Nick Ryan. Now they decided not to. Oh, they are going to bring out the junior that I coached in flag football. It'll be 2nd down and 18. This, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be one nice kick. They're going to spot it at the 44. This is going to be a 54-yard field goal attempt by Nick Ryan. There's a snap. It's a good one. It's not a good hold, and he was all off rhythm, and it was turned into a line drive. It was just off rhythm.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I mean, it wasn't a good hold at all. Looked like the snap was there, but a cone, who's the holder, just couldn't get it down. And Nick Ryan was like, oh, this is my moment. I mean, how often do you get to kick a 54-yarder in high school? He didn't do anything wrong. It was just a bad snap. I'm sorry, bad hold. All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders with 7.1 seconds left to go on the clock. They'll get the ball at their own 20 because the ball did travel through the end zone. It's not the NFL where they mark it from the spot. They put it at the 20. And I know Coach Sturdivant's like, I want the football, I want to scoop and score right here. 14-0 Celtics lead, as they're going to have Murphy is the quarterback. And a long time here as people are coming on and off the field.
Sure there's no flag for that?
They just now start the play clock.
There it is.
All right, so Murphy is shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the left side. Celtics have everybody in a deep sideline zone. And Murphy's taking his time. He better hurry up. Here we go. Waits for the snap. He gets it. He drops back. He's going to keep it on a quarterback keep. Now jump pass. Probably a smart play, but it falls incomplete. So instead of losing 3 yards, it's incomplete, and it stops the clock with 2 seconds left.
2 seconds. I imagine they just take a knee here and take it to the half.
Let's see. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they're going to be really aggressive trying to make something happen. They have some athletes. If it's me, I try to put Reed, isolate him somehow, and let him catch the ball and see if he can make something special. Murphy's shotgun. Reed is at the top on the right side, and that's who they're looking for. They fire deep. Reed's got it, but it went right through his hands, and he was popped at the end by Etienne to break it up, and that's how we'll end the first half. 14-0 Celtics as we start halftime at senior night here at Trinity Catholic High School. You are listening to Celtics football on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and there are plenty of ways to tell how you might be a redneck. For instance, if your truck is bigger than the Bloodmobile, but your house isn't, you might be a redneck. But if you have a heart as big as a Bloodmobile, you might just be a life-saving blood donor. Seriously, I am a Life South blood donor, and I encourage you to give blood too. Patients in our community rely on Life South blood to save their lives. Call 888-795-2707 or visit www.lifesouth.org for donor center and blood drive information. Remember, the life you save might be a redneck you're related to. Thanks.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
How would you like to win a new home and make a difference for Hospice of Marion County, the only not-for-profit hospice in the county? On Top of the World and Hospice are offering you a chance to win a brand new home right here in Ocala. All proceeds benefit Hospice of Marion County. Purchase your raffle entries for a chance to win a brand new home for only $100 at homefreeprize.com. The more you buy, the better your chance of winning. For complete rules and regulations and to purchase your entries, visit homefreeprize.com. That's homefreeprize.com. Certain restrictions apply. Must be 18 years of age or older to enter. Visit homefreeprize.com for complete rules and regulations.
All prizes donated. No purchase or contribution is necessary to win. Random drawing to be supervised by an independent auditor and held at 6 p.m. on November 2nd, 2017 at Circle Square Cultural Center, Hospice of Marion County, 3231 Southwest 34th Avenue, Ocala, Florida, 34474. Visit homefreeprize.com for complete rules and regulations.
Welcome to Trinity Catholic High School in Celtics Field, where the Trinity Catholic football team has scored 14 points here in the first half to take the lead and is shutting out the Raiders of Santa Fe. It's been a good, solid first half offensively for the Celtics, but the star of the show has been the Celtics defense. They have been smothering this Raider offense, which came in much maligned. They didn't do a whole lot last week. They come into the ball game at 1-5, whereas the Celtics are 2-3, looking to get to 500 tonight on senior night as the Celtic marching band takes the field and is going to entertain this crowd filled with proud parents of their seniors. It's a big moment, big night for Celtics football. And tonight's been led by the same group of guys that we've heard about all year. Jordan Lewis, King Red on the offensive side, playing that free safety middle linebacker. Calvin Neal and Robert Rim. On offense, it's been Tony Bruton, who's been leading this team most of the year. But tonight, it's been Corey King and his ability to get in the end zone tonight with 2 touchdowns. The Celtics have had 2 long drives, and Adam, it's been a fun night offensively for the Celtics. They're really starting to move behind that big offensive line.
It has. That was a great second quarter. Everything we talked about for wanting them to move the football, like we had talked about pregame, they showed us there in the second quarter that they can. And that's, what still sticks in my mind is that run by Corey King there, using every ounce of his body to get over that pylon and score that touchdown. And I'm a little bit bummed because back right there before the half, the way he broke it, I mean, you're talking a 35, 38-yard run.
Yeah, Tony Bruton's little run there, yeah.
To get in the end zone, only to have it called back.
Yeah, it's been good for the offensive line, and in the first half, we miscalled number 44, who's Dixon, and Dixon is having one heck of a football game.
Tough.
The defensive side of the ball, he's been everywhere. If it's not Jordan Lewis, it's Dixon.
Yep.
And offensively, Dixon is that right tackle, and he's just been moving the pile, and that's where the Celtics are running the ball, is to the right side.
And those 2 drives accordingly shows where that, where those big runs came, was on that side of the field there as he's leading the block. That was him leading the way on that end around for Corey King to get in the end zone there on that one run. And that just goes to show you, when you're playing both sides of the football and you're having the night you have by moving these Raiders around, that's fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, he's listed as a tight end. He's 6'3", 250. And maybe he could play tight end. I don't know what kind of hands he has, but he sure can block and tackle. Mm-hmm. And that offensive line, Kwiatkowski, John Glenn, Folsom, Morales, Dixon, has done an exceptional job tonight. And that's just got to continue. Maybe the Celtics can put together 4 quarters to really make this thing and put it out of reach so they can get all the seniors an opportunity to play on their night.
Yeah, going back to, it's senior night, but I got to bring up that junior, that Leith. We talked about running the football all the game, but then they did have a pass play, and one heck of a catch by that young man there up the sideline. And that was huge because if you remember, that penalty brought us back.
Sure.
What looked like was going to be a good drive brought us back, and that next play, it was about a 2nd and 10. And we were able to get back, or I think it was 1st and 19. We were able to get back almost to the original line of scrimmage, but then no falter. We ended up doing a pass play. The Raiders didn't see that coming. It was a great catch, and they had momentum from there. And that's where it started. This defense, you said it earlier, it's the defensive side of the ball that's been starting these drives. The first drive that they had for the touchdown, that started with the field position and the big stop from the defense.
Yeah, because it was ended up being 4th and 30 or something from the Raiders' 2-yard line. They punted. The Celtics got good field position, punched it in for their first score, and their second score was after a great goal line stand by this defense and a holding call. I thought for sure it would be a first down, but it wasn't. The Raiders bobbled a snap, and so the Celtics take over, and then they talk that's the drive that this team needed. It's one of those signature drives that when, come Monday morning, they can watch the film and go, look what we did. And it was started and they actually had 2 pass plays. One was a screen,
Yep.
and one was that corner route where Montez Leaf came from the wing back, ran a corner route. If you don't know the corner route, you go 10 yards, and then you hit a slant to the sidelines.
That's one of my favorite routes, too.
It's my son's route. I mean, he sleeps and dreams about running a corner route. But it was a perfect thrown to the outside shoulder. Montez Leaf, well guarded, made that one-handed catch. And after that, it was just run, touchdown. And beautiful offensively tonight. Been very impressed by, again, offensive line. Dixon's been all over the field, but seniors really showing out.
One thing that's good, too, we talk about a game. You want a game to be exciting, and just to give a little bit to the Raiders to show more about the Celtic defense. But the Celtic defense was tested on the drive that they had, the Celtics' first drive for their touchdown. The Celtics defense had a test because the Raiders found a way to move the football. And they moved the football almost 80 yards.
Sure did.
But, it takes a little bit more grit to be pushed back that far, but still holds your stand down near the goal line like they did. Going back to it, we talked about that penalty that was in the end zone. That's still a good play. That would have been 6 points.
Robert Rem.
And here we go. It comes back as just a hold. Yeah, it just comes back as a hold. The next thing you know, it's 4th and 5 rather than 6 points on the board.
Yeah.
And man-to-man coverage on the outside, and just slightly beat, but he's doing what he's taught, and that paid off. The defense getting a little bit of challenge here and there. You want that. You want them to be on their toes. You want to see them fighting through 4 quarters. At the same time, you want to see the offense do what they do best, and that's what we saw in the second quarter. That takes a little pressure off the defense there, so you can basically, you can give them a little bit, but right away you're going to come back, and that's what they're doing right before the second half. That defense, they were putting pressure on that quarterback. That quarterback, I believe that was that Sneed, that number 2.
It's Murphy.
It's Murphy.
Yeah.
2 number 2s.
Yeah, there's 2 number 2s.
But, stepping up in the pocket, that young man stepping up in the pocket made some nice plays. He had almost looked like a draw, but it just looked like it was broken because he stepped up in the pocket. But what happened? 3 plays later, boom, right on the inside, not only a strip, but the recovery of the fumble.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, we got a chance to score before the end of the half, which, given the circumstance of the penalties or whatever, but negate that altogether, that's great defense.
Sure.
That's putting pressure on the quarterback in the backfield, and that takes something to talk about in the locker room for these Raiders. When you made a good drive the possession prior, and you started to make some headway, but then it's negated by something big and deflating like that, it's hard to come back in the third quarter and press on. And they will the Raiders will get the ball the start of this half.
They sure will. And they've got 3 playmakers that carry the load.
Yeah.
And that's Reed, who's number 3, Murphy, the quarterback, number 2, and Powell, number 5.
Yeah.
2, 3, and 5 have done everything offensively for this team. Defensively, they've been kind of slowing down the Celtics, but penalties have hurt. I have been impressed with both teams' ball security. You would expect that with their 7th game of the season. But let's see if turnovers can become a factor here in the second half, because the Raiders are going to have to open things up.
Yep, they're going to have to push.
And that's going to play into the athletes that are, your Jordan Lewis and your Calvin Neals of the world.
You're going to have to call plays that are going to take more risks to try to push the ball down the field, to try to do something to put in the end zone here to not get shut out. And I wouldn't put it past the Celtic defense for stepping up this second half and maybe seeing just a goose egg on the board for that Raiders offense with the way they've been playing and the way they finished that second half.
Yeah, let's see if they can get their second shutout of the year. But we are halfway through halftime as the Celtics marching band is taking their time getting off the field, which is great. They do a great show, a little smash mouth. And we'll be right back to get the second half kicking and going on. But it's 14-0 at halftime here at Trinity Catholic High School, and you're listening to Celtics football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Bill.
How would you like to win a new home and make a difference for Hospice of Marion County, the only not-for-profit hospice in the county? On Top of the World and Hospice are offering you a chance to win a brand new home right here in Ocala. All proceeds benefit Hospice of Marion County. Purchase your raffle entries for a chance to win a brand new home for only $100 at homefreeprize.com. The more you buy, the better your chance of winning. For complete rules and regulations and to purchase your entries, visit homefreeprize.com. That's homefreeprize.com. Certain restrictions apply. Must be 18 years of age or older to enter. Visit homefreeprize.com for complete rules and regulations.
All prizes donated. No purchase or contribution is necessary to win. Random drawing to be supervised by an independent auditor and held at 6 p.m. on November 2nd, 2017 at Circle Square Cultural Center, Hospice of Marion County, 3231 Southwest 34th Avenue, Ocala, Florida, 34474. Visit homefreeprize.com for complete rules and regulations.
The Marion County Fair is October 27th through November 5th. 10 full days of rides, concerts, motorcycles, beauty pageants, a battle of the bands, talent competitions, and good old-fashioned fun. Featuring recording artists Lucas Hogue, Gemma Adams, Norman Lee Schaefer, Stephanie Quayle, and Jeff Golden as Elvis. Get a wristband and have unlimited fun while supporting Florida Kids Helping Kids. The Marion County Fair is at the Marion Military Academy off Baseline Road. For more information, go to MarionCountyFairFL.com.
One of the best things about living in beautiful Central Florida is that we get to have a garden all year long. Spend some time on Tuesday mornings in the garden with Carol Ann Baldwin right here on WOCA The Source from 9 till 10 a.m. Carol Ann will take your phone calls, and she'll even check out your photos on her In the Garden Facebook page. Grab a tall glass of something refreshing and spend an hour in the garden with Carol Ann each Tuesday morning right here on The Source, WOCA.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license?
At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation. Call today, 861-7484.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and there are plenty of ways to tell how you might be a redneck. For instance, if your truck is bigger than the Bloodmobile, but your house isn't, you might be a redneck. But if you have a heart as big as a Bloodmobile, you might just be a life-saving blood donor. Seriously, I am a Life South blood donor, and I encourage you to give blood too. Patients in our community rely on Life South blood to save their lives. Call 888-795-2707 or visit www.lifesouth.org for donor center and blood drive information. Remember, the life you save might be a redneck you're related to. Thanks.
Welcome back to Celtics Field with the Trinity Catholic High School leads 14-0 here. Just about to get underway in the second half, and before we go any further, I want to thank our sponsors, and that starts with Ocala Aviation.
Yep.
Thank you, man.
Adam, got it.
I'm Galen Unold. I'm joined by my man Adam Mick, and also Life South Community Blood Centers. Thank you, Life South, and all the leadership there for allowing me to do this. Takes a lot of my time, but I love every minute of it, and thank you for that. Also, thank you to Automax. They're right on the corner of Easy Street and 17th. If you need a car, they're the place to go. Good cars, great prices, and they're right on the corner, right on the price. And, of course, Verizon Wireless, Matt Wilkerson, he'll come to you, and he's a blood donor. And so that means you can trust him. He's a good dude. But, Adam, before we get started here with the second half, what are you looking for from the Celtics here in the second half?
I'm looking for this offense to really turn it up a notch. We got a little taste there that last drive before the end of the half to show the momentum and where it's going so far with this, these running backs, now the play calling and everything kind of following through with execution. I would be surprised if we start to see them really pile it on in the second half.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that defense continuing to shine, and I'm going to call it defense scores in the second half.
Yeah.
I think they're due.
Yeah.
They're due. You know, they scored against South Sumter.
Yep.
They played IMG. They've already caused Jordan Lewis strip. He got the sack, got the strip, got the recovery. I expect them to score in the second half and to continue the shutout.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure on that quarterback. They're trying to, we talked about the Raiders trying to change things up, and it was working for them a little bit, but boy, it didn't take long for the Celtics to kind of read into that. And with the amount of pressure they're putting on that quarterback, he was able to step up and make some throws there on the one drive, but then that's the same drive, but just a few plays later, we had our guys able to get in there, strip, and recover a fumble that gave us good field position to try to work. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that would definitely be seen here in the second half.
Yeah, and you know what's working is those quick slants. And so we're waiting to get going for the second half, but Raiders are here. The Celtics are here. But the biggest story of the game isn't the officials. They've been very liberal with their flag calling, and they have called a lot of flags. And maybe they decided they don't want to come out for the second half. Or maybe they're icing down their arms from all the flags they've thrown. But we have they're saying there's 2 minutes left in the halftime. They added that, I guess, because the officials aren't here.
And yeah, I don't see one.
That's odd. It's pretty odd to see both teams on the field and no officials. And they have been the story of this first half.
Here they come.
It's tough when they call that many penalties in one half in a 14-0 game. They have made sure that they have been a part of it.
And, you know, give credit for the Celtics for being able to stay. They take a lot of momentum out of the game.
Sure do.
When we're talking about, yes, some of the calls obvious, some of the other calls where they're coming from. And what that does, that impedes the tempo of the game, and that can hinder team on both sides of the ball. But, you know, the Celtics, that shows the coaching, keeping those kids' heads on straight, just playing through it.
Well, think about this. First half was an hour and a half long. That's a long time. I mean, that is a long time. That is a lot of penalties there. And expect more of the same in the second half, especially if it gets out of hand. These officials, this crew, I know very well, they will do their best to keep it close. They're one of these fairness group. They don't care the score. If you remember our broadcast, our first one of the year at Bellevue, it was a 4.5-hour game, 4-hour game, because of all the penalties, and I expect more of that tonight. All right, but the officials have made it out. The white cap has strolled along. Oh, he decided to run. He's now in his position at the goal line, getting ready to. He walked the first 50, ran the last 3.
To the 5.
Probably going to need to call a penalty to get a break. Back deep for the Raiders for this Nick Ryan kick is going to be Jenkins and Sneed. And the whistle calls for play. And there's the kick. It's a nice high kick, but it's short. And why don't we start the first half with a penalty? Because it's been 12 minutes since we had a penalty. So they're going to call offsides against the Celtics. I mean, at some point, you got to figure that out, boys. Let the kicker kick it. It was a short kick into the wind, into this. Is it still 7 knots? Mr. Pilot Adam?
Yeah, I'd say it's.
You can look at a flag and tell the wind.
It's been fairly strong all night, and it's actually a nice breeze is what's keeping it cool.
Feels really good.
But actually now, yeah, you get the Celtics playing into it. It'll be a little different for the kicking game.
All right, so here we go. We're going to do it all over again. Nick is going to kick the ball this time from his own 35. Sneed and Jenkins are still back deep. And the referees have blown the whistle for the call. And there's a kick, much, much better kick from Nick Ryan. It's going to be fielded by Sneed at the 10. He's at the 20. He gets a block. He's at the 25, to the 30. Over the 30, up right to the 30-yard line. He was over the 25. Sorry about that. So that's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders after a nice 29-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10.
That gave a little bit of room there. You saw with that kick into the wind, now having to have to push back another 5 years on that 5 yards on that offense or offsides. Gives them a little bit of field position here, but let's see the Celtics defense start this second half here.
Yeah, he's got to kick that to a sideline. You don't want to kick it right to the center of the field. Too many bad things can happen. All right, so we've got Murphy in the shotgun formation. They're going to have bunch wide receivers on both sides, and they're going to give it to the running back Powell, and they're going to fake it to Powell. Murphy keeps it himself and pulls ahead for a 7-yard gain. Nice misdirection there in the backfield on first down. That'll set up 2nd and 3.
A little fake out there. Celtics, I was a little faked out myself.
Yeah, they ran right at Dixon there, and I think Dixon was able to get him from behind with the help from Isaac General. So it'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Raiders with the ball sitting right at the 37-yard line. There's a snap. They're going to give it to the running back. This time he's met for a loss of 4 on the play. And I believe that was Dixon again. Yeah, number 44, who we miscalled Morales. Morales, you had a great first half. But Dixon had a little better one. So that's going to set up 3rd and 6. Big play there. Could have been, the Raiders could have gotten a first down. Instead, they lost 4 on the play.
That's what we're talking about with that defense. Good penetration up front and just hitting them hard.
Cameron gets the snap. He drops back, fires a flanker screen. It goes through the hands of Richardson over there, and they're going to call that an incomplete pass. No, they're going to call it a lateral. Lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a loss of 10 on the play. That's going to set up 4th down and 15. Again, the Raiders, that youth coming out, that was a well-thrown ball. And he had room to run, just couldn't catch it. Went right through Richardson's hands. And so they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Murphy stays in the game. He's going to be in shotgun, but I think the coach thinking better of it on 4th and 15.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to talk about it. Ball sits right at the 26-yard line. Celtics, this is your opportunity to score defensively.
Absolutely. This was the presence of the defense needing to be shown right here in the second half. They had a great play, the Raiders did, to gain a few yards, but this is where they collected themselves, and these last 3 plays have really dominated here.
10:42 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. First possession of the second half for the Raiders. Had a good first down, a nothing 2nd down, a loss of 10 on 3rd down, and that's really been the Raiders' offense. They're trying to do that quick passing game that was effective in the first half. You've got to get rid of the ball before the Dixons and the Lewises get in there with the Calvin Neals and everybody else and try to put it into their playmakers. I'm surprised the Raiders haven't given the ball to Reed yet. He's arguably the best athlete on the field. All right, so they're going to break from the sideline, go directly for the line of scrimmage, do the Raiders. Got to see, they're going to keep Murphy in the quarterback. They're going to have a full house backfield. Oh, Reed's back deep. I guess Reed's going to punt. But remember, he is also a quarterback. Back deep for the Celtics is Corey King, number 22, and there's a kick by Reed. King picks it up at the 41. He makes a man miss, jukes his way up to the 48-yard line. Nice return, even though it was only 6 yards. It was made a man miss right there at the point. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Celtics from their side of the 50.
Mm-hmm. That shows right there that Celtic defense. Now they're set up good field position for this offense to be their first possession of this second half here. Let's see what they can do. Let's see them move the football. Make a statement here. Put it in the end zone.
Let's see the officials not throw a flag. Is that too much? Was that too far? All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Celtics come directly to the line. King Red has really taken over this offense as the leader. He's been the quarterback. He's done a tremendous job. He struggled mightily. All 3 quarterbacks they tried struggled mightily at the first half of the season. But they found something here in this double wing. Red's going to drop back. He looks. He goes to the right side. Gets a block. And we cannot go a play without a penalty because there's 2 flags on the play. And they're going to call holding against the Celtics by the tight end, and I think that was Montez Lee. Man, just play football.
Yeah, that's tough. Tough on the outside net play. I wouldn't be surprised if the refs looking
There's
for a
something
hold-on
called
play design
inside
like
the box. Things happen inside the box. But I guess maybe they saw a tug of the jersey or something that was on our far side. And the other issue is once they call a penalty, they talk about it for 20 minutes. Now the Raiders are going to decline it since it was no gain. That'll set up 2nd and 10. I don't know why you don't take that penalty. Instead of 1st and 20, it's 2nd and 10. I don't know. King Red gets the snap. He gives it to Bruton. Bruton heads to the left side, waits for a block, picks it up. He's to the 40. I'm sorry, the 50, the 40, the 30. Tries to cut back inside and is brought down at the 27-yard line for a nice 22-yard gain there by the senior.
Nice. Now, see, going back to it, now you go 1st and 20. You're back to the original line of scrimmage, but they declined that penalty, and now we move the football and we're inside their own 30-yard line.
I don't know why you don't take that penalty. All right, 1st and 10 from the 27. Red gets a snap. He gives it back to Bruton. Bruton heads up the middle, gets a block. He's got one man to beat. He's to the 10, 5, and he's brought down at the 3-yard line. 24-yard run by Bruton. Back-to-back plays, and the Celtics have something going on with that offensive line.
That's what we need. Now let's see if we can get in here and try to put it in this end zone here.
All right, so they're going to go hurry up. 9:52 left to go in the third quarter. We're in the Automax red zone. Red gets the snap. He gives it to Bruton. Bruton goes over the left sides, met by a crew of Raiders after a gain of 1. That'll set up 2nd down from the 4.
Kind of shows right here, not wasting any time like we talked about with the no-huddle type offense. And, big plays like that, they'll wear a defense down.
Sure does. Breaks your heart. You don't have a chance to recover. Red's in the shotgun. He gets a snap, gives it back to Bruton. Bruton spins at the line of scrimmage, puts his head forward. He's going to be close. The Celtics want a touchdown. The referees need to have a decision, another discussion, talk about it. They're going to call it 3rd and just a hair. Just a little bit of a hair. I'm pretty sure you give the ball back to the senior Bruton.
Oh, my
5'10", 180.
I tell you what, that was one heck of a run. I thought he had it there. What a great second effort to try to get that ball across that goal line with three Raiders on his back.
All right, so Isaac General's going to be the up man. Bruton 2, King's right. King gets the snap. They give it back to Bruton. He's into the end zone for a Celtic touchdown. 20-0, 8:39 left to go in the third quarter. And Bruton, the senior, gets the score on senior night.
On senior night. Great drive by the Celtics here so far. Was that 5 plays?
It was a 56-yard drive.
56-yard drive. That was excellent. Making that statement there second half.
They like something now. They're going to run it on the left side this half maybe. All right, so Nick Ryan is in for the extra point. There's the snap, and its hold is good. The kick is beautiful. Well done. To put up the Celtics 21-0, 8:39 left to go. You are listening to Trinity Catholic Football on WOCA, The Source.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license?
At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation.
Call today, 861-7484.
Welcome back to Trinity Catholic High School, where the Celtics have just added another touchdown to go up 21-0. Nick Ryan with the kickoff. It's a high kick. It's going to be fielded by Sneed at the 12. He gets a block. He's over the 20. He's heads to the left side, gets another block. He's to the 30, the 40, and he's brought down at the 43-yard line. No flags on the play. Raiders are going to have good field position. Oh, they're going to mark him down at the 39. All right. I guess he went out of bounds. So,
shoot, looked like he might have gotten to the 47, but he must have stepped out.
All right, so here we go. They're going to mark it right at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, 8:30 left to go in the third quarter. They're going to put Reed in the quarterback position in shotgun. 2 wide receivers to each side in this spread offense. 1 tailback is Powell. Reed gives it to Powell. Powell tries to move upside. They fake it to him. Reed keeps it. He heads over the left side and gains 15. I was fooled on that nice misdirection. They faked the dive. Reed kept it, ran over the left side for a gain of 14 on the play. 1st and 10 now. Ball's on the Celtic side of the 50, right at the 48-yard line.
Raiders starting to show a little life here. It's time for that defense just to stay and do what they're doing best. Stay focused here.
Reed gets the snap. He gives it to Powell. Powell turns up the field. He's wide open up the middle. Untouched. He's all the way down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10. 8:05 left. 8:06 left to go. Now the Raiders have found something. Reed is an athlete, and next to him is not Powell. He's a big boy, though, but it's Murphy. And they've decided to put their 2 best athletes on the ball at all times. Reed is the quarterback. He fakes it to Murphy, heads to the left side, but he's brought down from behind after a gain of maybe 1. Nice play there by the Celtics defense.
Good hustle on that, getting in the backfield and making that tackle after those 2 big gains.
And I believe that was Jordan Lewis, and he is still down. I think he'll be up pretty quick. I think it's Jordan Lewis. Can't see his number, but it's 7:49 left to go, 21-0. And the Raiders are moving the football without having a flag. And therefore they're getting that momentum and things are going well. Looks like a cramp. Looks one of those crampy-ish kind of plays where his lower leg is in a little bit of pain. He's up. Still don't know who the player is. But it will be 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. And
it's like number 1.
Well, no, NTN is not the man down.
No? Oh, no, he just come running out.
Weird. All right, so Adam.
Yep.
Let's see if the Celtics need to maintain their shutout here.
They do.
They need to stop.
Raiders starting to show some life, which is what they need to do if they didn't have any chance of hanging around in this football game here. But Celtics have a little challenge here. Now we're sitting on, 2nd and 10 inside their own 30-yard line here. And it's time to grit down and make a couple of tackles here. They need to get that stop up the middle. So far, those Raiders have found a gaping hole up the middle there in those last 3 plays to move that football down this far.
All right, so as Jordan Lewis was the man down, he also made the tackle, and he's kind of limping off. That's a scary injury if you're a Celtics fan because he is such a factor, such a force on the defensive side of the football. Not sure what that injury is. He's kind of walking stiffly, something to his left leg. Not a crampy kind of a walk. Could be, sometimes you get landed on with your back of your leg. Not sure what that is. All right, but it's going to be Raider football here, 2nd and 10. They're going to keep Reed into the quarterback with Murphy next to him. Reed is such an athlete, just a sophomore. They're going to go on 2 here, try to draw the Celtics offside. It fails. Now they look to the sideline for the play. Reed gets the snap. He hands it off up the middle. The running back, Murphy, breaks a tackle in the backfield, puts his head down, and grabs 6. And that'll set up 3rd and 4. Nice run.
Slipped out of that tackle, slipped out of the arms of Dixon there. Again, he's in the backfield trying to make a play. That time he just couldn't wrap him up.
Never stopped his legs. Nice athletic play. Again, that combination of Murphy and Reed in the backfield is working. Reed is so fast. He's the quarterback. Murphy's to his left. Reed's going to throw a screen out to the left side. He's in space, but he's going to be brought down just behind the line of scrimmage by the pursuing defense of the Celtics. That's going to set up 4th and 6.
Pursuing is right. They were all over that. That was what was needed right there on 3rd down.
Montez Leaf, but Calvin Neal led the charge. He flew from that middle linebacker position and really wrapped them up. Hold that to a loss of 1. 4th and 6 from the 27. Raiders are moving from our left to our right. Murphy is underneath the center now. He's in shotgun. He drops back. He looks deep. He breaks it. Now he's going to run up the middle on a draw. He's to the 15. Tries to make a man miss. Keeps his feet. Gets inside the 10 to the 9. Nice play there, and that was actually Reed. Murphy was next to him. I wasn't sure who got the snap. But that's a nice run of 17 yards.
Big gain there on 4th down for him.
And now they're going to call the water break. And so that's going to set up 1st and 10 inside the Automax red zone. And I'll tell you what, the Santa Fe Raiders, just like they kind of have off season, have put the pieces together in the second half and have started a long drive here.
Mm-hmm. Was that a water break or timeout?
Water break.
Water break. Couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, the Celtics need to get a chance and maintain this shutout. I know they want it. Now they got to go out and fight for it here. But it is going to be 1st and goal from the 9 inside the Automax red zone. And while we have this time, I really want to thank all of our sponsors. Ocala Aviation. Yes, Ocala's got an airport. Verizon Wireless. Matt Wilkerson. He brings the phone and all of the equipment to you. He ports over your number if need be. He adds your contact. It's that kind of service that separates him from every other Verizon Wireless, and then the Verizon Wireless coverage is second to none. Also, Life South Community Blood Centers and Automax. Automax, right on the car, right on the price. We're right on the corner, I should say. They got great cars. So here we are inside the Automax red zone. They're going to keep Reed at quarterback. 1st and goal from the 9. He drops back. He looks to his left. He's pursued by Calvin Neal. He breaks a tackle, and he fires from the left side, looking for a man in the end zone, but it falls incomplete. Great pursuit there by Calvin Neal to break that play up, but an athletic move by Reed just to get out of that grass, roll to his left, try to fire a ball inside the end zone, and it was harmlessly fell to the ground.
I'm surprised he didn't keep that himself and try to...
Well, he had Odin. Odin was the wide receiver who was running a little drag route into the end zone. He had him, but he was well covered there by Montez Lee.
That's a tough throw across your body, too.
All right, so Reed's in the quarterback, 3 wideouts to the left side. He drops back, looks to his right, fires into the end zone, but it's almost picked off by Robert Rim.
He had to turn around just a second sooner. He might have picked that.
Not a well-thrown ball there by Reed. It'll be 3rd and 9. 3rd and goal from the 9. And Reed just looks so much more athletic back there than Murphy. And Murphy as a running back has been very, very good. So now they're going to bunch the wide receivers to the left. They've got Murphy to Reed's right. They're going to drop back the pass, and they're going to call offsides, and that looks like it's going to be on the Celtics because we haven't had a penalty in 4 plays. And now, instead of just seeing what the foul is, the referee have to come close together, huddle, talk, figure out what they're going to do. It's offsides on the defense. I don't know why they needed to talk about that.
Just shout to them. What's the number? Let's go.
Let's go. I mean, direct it from there. It's not a secret. We're all going to find out sooner or later. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Now the ball will sit at the 4, where it is 3rd down and 4. The Raiders look to the sideline for this call. Bunch wide receivers to the left. Reed drops back. He's going to keep it himself, and he's met after a 2-yard gain. It'll be 4th and goal from the 2. Boy, there was some pounding going on there. Folsom put his head in there and knocked some sense into him, and there's some jawing after the play.
Big hits tonight.
John, the O-line and the D-line are really starting to talk to each other.
Here we go.
Kwiatkowski was in there. John Glenn came all the way back from space to make that play.
Here we go. Right here, buddy.
4th and goal from the 2. Red jumps with a hard count. The Celtics are going to jump off sides. At least the officials don't have to have a small conference.
They still might.
These guys could join the UN. They love to talk to one another. All right, 4th and goal from the 1 now. Another big play here. If you're the Raiders, you got to give it to Reed or you hand the ball to Murphy. Don't outsmart yourself, try to throw the football. And the Santa Fe Raiders are going to call timeout. And that's going to Be 5:11 left to go. And let's keep it here. 4th and 1, big moment in the football game. See if the Celtics can maintain their shutout.
Maintain the shutout here, not show any. These Raiders worked hard from this drive here, and it's starting to flounder here at the end, and that's this defense of the Celtics stepping it up here on the goal line. Let's see if they can hold it for one more play. I think they got it. I think they can here. 1 yard to go. There's a pretty swift idea for the Raiders to call a hard count there on the play before to get that offense line a little anxious to jump. But still, they're not in the end zone here. Let's see if these Celtics can hold them.
Yeah, and Coach Sturdivant, pride now. You want that shutout. And it's 4th and 1. Now, remember, the Raiders run from a spread, which means they do shotgun snaps for everything, right? So that means whoever gets the ball is going to have to run the extra 4.5 yards. And I wouldn't be surprised here if they do a little quarterback keep or try to run it over the left side where they've been successful. The Raiders are going to come out in a jumbo set. They're going to have 2 linemen, and they're going to actually put Murphy underneath the center in a jumbo set. He's going to keep it for a quarterback keeper and gets nothing unless he gets a second effort. It's going to be close, but it looks like the Celtics have held, and that's going to be 1st and 10 Celtic football on about the 1.5-inch line.
That is it, man. That is huge. That is huge.
Oh, there was a fumble. It doesn't matter. Oh, it does if it was a fumble in the end zone. It was a fumble in the end zone. That's going to be 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. That's a 19.5-yard problem. If you're a Raider, it looks like a cone came up with a football. Wow. It was in there amongst all the bodies and all the churning, and I guess maybe a bad exchange. But it's going to be 1st and 10 Celtics with the ball sitting at the 20.
Big stop. That was a big stop.
Nice play there.
Just as the Raiders were starting to show something on offense, making that drive, it stalls out right there.
You gotta wonder why they put Murphy back in the quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, Doc Pollard, who's the head coach for the Raiders, is trying to get an explanation from the Whitecap. I've been there, done that. You're not going to be happy. He has told me, yeah, I'm not sure what happened before. He has told me that during the game. And, at that point, you know how frustrating that is?
He told you you're not going to be happy?
No. He told me, he goes, I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. All right, shotgun for Reed. Red, I'm sorry. He's going to give it on the end around to Rim. Rim heads over the right side, tries to get a block, moves up the middle, gains 5 yards, and that'll set up 2nd down and 5. That's where that wing back comes and picks off the handoff as they faked it out wide to Corey King. 2nd down and 5. Ball sits at the 25. Red in shotgun, a cone to his left. Rim is the wing back to the left side. He's going to give it to King. King runs over to the left side, blocks a tackle or breaks a tackle, jumps ahead, gets over the 30, right at the 1st down marker. They're going to give it to him after a gain of 7. 1st and 10 Celtics.
Nice run, and it all starts with that blocking out there on the edge. All up front gave him a little bit of a room to get past those yard markers there for the 1st down.
A cone made a really nice block on that to lead that over the left side behind Dixon and Rim. There's the snap. They're going to give it to the up man, a cone. He tries to get some yardage and gets nothing and is held actually for a loss of 1. Oh, they're going to call a fumble on the play. The Raiders have come up with a football. A cone on the direct snap. Fumbled it. You know, he's a former quarterback. And he just fumbled that snap. He recovers the fumble, and now he gives one up. So it'll be 1st and 10 Raiders as John Glenn was shaken up on the play. 300-pound man. You don't want him shaking. He likes to stir it, but you don't want him shaking. Shaking, everything moves. All right, 1st and 10.
Shaking instead.
32-yard line for the Raiders. Let's see what they do at quarterback. I'm not sure why they would ever have anybody in there besides Reed, because he has been the difference in this football game. He's the only one who's done anything for the Raiders. Reed's in shotgun. He drops back. He's going to give it to Murphy. Murphy's met the backfield.
Nice.
Manages to get back. Could have lost 3. Managed to get back 2. That'll be a loss of 1.
Nice. That's a big statement by the defense there after that turnover to come out and hold that play up the middle like that, get him down.
Isaac
Only
General
one.
made a really nice play there, and it's good to see Jordan Lewis is back on the field.
Yep.
2nd and 12. They're going to say he lost 2 on the play. Reed drops back. He's looking to throw over the middle, finds a man, hits his lineman right in the head with a football. And it's a good thing he hit his lineman because Jordan Lewis was on the other side of that helmet looking at nothing but green grass in front of him. Any better thrown ball, and that's a pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be 3rd and 12. Ball sitting at the 34. Reed's going to come out in the quarterback position. There was no one open on that play either, by the way.
Not at all.
All right, so Reed's going to call for the snap, bunch set to the left. He looks into the flats for a wide receiver, but he catches it and is brought down for a loss of 4 on the play, and that was that other number 2. It's hard when you have 2 number 2s on the field at once. I don't know who that was. Sneed. Sneed was on that catch.
Leith on the tackle. That was a huge, huge tackle. He read that real quick.
No gain on the play. So now, since it's 4th down, Reed is going to stay in at quarterback. 3 wide receivers to the right side. Murphy standing next to him. 4th and 12. Reed gets the snap, drops back, looks over the field. Lewis is in the backfield with Neal and every other Celtic on the team, and he's sacked for a loss of 8. Dixon was there. Corey King was in there. Tony Bruton, I think, was in there. I think they had a family reunion.
Jordan Lewis.
Kwiatkowski was in there.
Everybody.
I mean, literally, there were 7 or 8 guys standing around, and Reed had nothing because it was all set up by Lewis and Calvin Neal. So now, after the fumble, quick 4 and out for the Raiders, and
interesting last little 5 minutes here in this 3rd quarter. It's been interesting.
Yeah, the Celtics are going to come out with better field position, and there's a timeout on the field. Not sure why, but let's go ahead and keep it here. Defensively, again, this team is special.
Yeah.
You're starting to see just how good and how fast they are in some key spots.
The Raiders had a chance there after coming over from a stotched goal line stance by the Celtics here with an opportunity after a turnover that quick. Just a flounder it kind of right there. That shows you just defense wasn't having it. And that Celtics defense on every single play was in there, putting pressure on that quarterback. Sure. And on that 4th down play, man, it couldn't have been better. Like you said, everything but the kitchen sink.
I mean, they had 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. I think there were 7 in on the tackle. I mean, it was that kind of a play. All right, so here we go. Celtics are back on the offensive side. Let's see if they could keep that momentum going. Last possession, there was a fumble. But now they've got Red is the quarterback. He's in shotgun. Next to him is Tony Bruton to his left. Bruton's going to get the ball, run up the middle, jukes. Somehow manages to get 4 yards out of nothing.
Out of nothing.
John Glenn just almost, it looked like just assisted him to get that yardage. It'll be 2nd down and 6 on a nifty little run where, Bruton jumped back and forth to 7 or 8 jump cuts in a row to get that 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Reed gives it back to Bruton. Bruton heads to the left side, doesn't like what he sees. Spin moves again, moves ahead, somehow avoids 3 tackles, and gets 3 yards. That's one of the most entertaining 3-yard runs you'll ever going to see.
That's X on the joystick,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
On the controller.
If you tried to do what he just did on Madden, you'd get your player hurt. But what a little nifty run that was by the senior 5'10", 180. That was an interesting, fun little play. Pistol formation, shotgun. Bruton gets it again. This time he just decides to run straight up the middle. Breaks a tackle, gets over the 50, enough for the 1st down into Raider territory. It'll be at the 47-yard line. Bruton, that time, got a little space and just decided to make the most of it and gained 7 on the play.
Nice 1st down for the Celtics there. Keep moving this football. They're running that football real good now as we watch this clock wind down with only 1:30 left in the 3rd. Let's see him get a score on the board here.
All right, Bruton comes off. King comes in. He's to the left of King, and he gets the handoff, heads over the right side, has a big hole, breaks a tackle. He's to the 40, 30. He's looking for blocks. He cuts back at the 20. He's to the 10. He's trying to get his third touchdown of the game. He crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Celtics. 27-0, 48-yard run by the junior 5'9". Number 22, deuces continue to be wild. Corey King with a touchdown. 48-yard run, capping off his night here with 1:09 left to go in the third quarter.
That was an incredible run. Incredible. He ran the width of the field to come back to score on the opposite side.
Oh, they're going to call a flag on the play because it was just too nice. The ref's like, wait, you haven't said my name. And I'm not. I know them, but I'm not. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Ball will be sitting at the 25-yard line. I have no idea what the play was. The penalty. Coach Sturdivant doesn't know what the penalty was. It's a weird place for the penalty.
Yeah, because
unless he stepped out of bounds, but he did. I don't know. Far side.
Anyway, that's negated then.
Yeah,
Jeez.
It was a beautiful run for not. All right, so now King's to his left. He's going to fake it. Red's going to drop out. Wally out to the left. He's got a man wide open. Robert Rim was wide open in the end zone. It just went off his fingertips. Not a bad throw there by King Red. And the whole defense was following Corey King as they faked it to the right side. Red rolled out to his left and fired. It was just out of the fingertips of Robert Rim. Who's the nephew of Steve Rim.
Oh, yeah.
Who played for the New Orleans Saints.
Nice.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
He's an old man now. All right, so here we go. Red's in the shotgun. 1:03 left to go. And there's a handoff to King. King jukes, makes a couple of men miss, puts his head down, and decides to get 3 yards all by himself. That'll set up 4th and 7, decision time here for the Celtics.
Yeah, we still don't know why that wasn't a touchdown.
Is it third down? It's third down. Sorry. Third down at 7. No decision to be made. 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Shotgun formation. There's the snap. They're going to do a direct snap to Corey King. He heads over to the left side. He's got the first down. He's to the 10. Dives ahead into the 7-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal Celtics. And now they're going to bring Tony Bruton in because, well, Corey King's already had 2. Might as well give Tony Bruton 2. Now, I will tell you they have some plays called for a certain senior. Let's see if when he comes in the game, I will let you know. Going to keep it secret. Shotgun. They give the ball to Bruton. Bruton puts his head down and decides I'm going to run in there with the big boys, even though I'm only 5'10", and he gains 4 yards. It'll be second and goal from the 6. And that will be the end of the third quarter. And you are listening to Trinity Catholic Football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Why wasn't that
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license?
At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation. Call today. 861-7484.
All right, welcome back to Celtics Field as we try to get a explanation on the penalty. I guess it was a block in the back spot foul, but it doesn't matter because right now it's 1st and 2nd and goal. They're going to have the ball at the 8-yard line. Start of the fourth quarter here. Red gets the shotgun snap. He's going to go to his right side. He's got a hole, and he walks into the end zone untouched for a touchdown. 27-0. Celtics lead. But, of course, there's a penalty on the play because we have the fairness doctrine in effect. And they're going to call holding against the Celtics. So we're going to have to do it again. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 19-yard line. I'm sorry, 18-yard line. Didn't see that. You know what? They didn't even throw a flag. The official just said, hey, I've got, and he just waved his flag. He's tired. We're going to have to go to the bullpen with the official. All right.
Golly.
2nd down.
Golly.
It's a bad call. All right, so they're going to run the wing to the left. They're going to give it to Bruton. Bruton moves to the left side, tries to break a tackle, but he's met there by Murphy and the rest of his Raider clan, and that's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down. 3rd and 14. 3rd and goal for the 14. All right, so here we go. Getting some help from some fans. Shotgun formation. Corey King is in at running back. He's going to move in motion. They're going to run the option. Red keeps it to himself, and he gets inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, and that'll be 2nd and goal from there after a gain of 5. They're going to send in Nick Ryan for the field goal. Celtics scored twice on this play, and both of them were called back on penalties, of all things.
4th and 13. They're going to go with a field goal here.
Yeah.
Everything's going right with the Celtics on this offensive drive. It's just a little disappointing. I'm a little.
Whew. It'll be a field goal of 25 yards for Ryan. Ocone will be the holder. He gets the snap, puts it up, and it is good. Good kick there by the junior in using the wind. Clears the warning track. Beautiful. And that'll be 24 points now for the Celtics here in the 4th quarter. You are listening to Trinity Catholic Football right here on WOCA.
It's a celebration.
Until you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, and see their upfront pricing and how Automax puts their low outlet price, along with the Carfax and complete vehicle information on the window of every single vehicle. Then, and only then, can you take advantage of great finance offers, like rates from 2% with 0 down, and no payments for 90 days with loan approval. View all these great prices and vehicles on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax, quality cars, outlet prices.
All right, here we go. 10:33 left to go in this football game. Celtics are starting to pour it on here. 24 unanswered points as they have the shutout going. Nick Ryan is about to put his foot into this football after his 25-yard field goal, added the 24th point of the night. And he runs it up, kicks it. Nice high kick. Snead's going to go back and let it bounce in the end zone for a touchback. You got to love the wind.
Got to love the wind.
If you're a kicker.
Another 5 yards. That would have been through the uprights there, Galen.
Yeah, that's special. Nick he's going to put that on his tape, and you're not going to know it's windy. You know? It'll be like, God,
exactly.
That kid's got a leg. But according to my pilot friend, it's a 7-mile-an-hour wind.
Knots.
7 knots. What is that, 12, 11 and a half miles? I used to know that when I was in the Navy.
They get an E6P and figure that one out for you.
You know, I used to know that. I used to know how many knots miles per hour.
Yeah.
I used to. I think it's like 12 miles an hour. Larry's going to Google that for me because he's great at Google. 1st and 10. Raiders come out. They're going to put, who's that? That's Reed is going to be the quarterback. And the officials are said, look, we've had 2 plays in a row. That's enough. I'm going to call a penalty. And I'm going to call a delay of game.
But they're the ones who set it up.
I can start the clock whenever I want to. I'm in charge. But wait, before we mark it off, let's talk. I'm going to blow my whistle a couple of times. And they're going to call illegal substitution on the Celtics. What in the world just happened?
Nuts and bolts. Nuts and bolts.
I guess it was on the Celtics the whole time. They just needed to talk about it. All right. 1st and 5 instead of 1st and 15. And here we go. Raiders are working from our right to our left. And there's the snap, and they're going to give it to the running back, Snead. He breaks a tackle in the backfield, but is met by a whole clan of Celtics right at the line of scrimmage for no gain, 2nd and 10. No, sorry, he lost 4 yards. Almost went back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and 9. And now you're going to see some of these seniors who don't get to play a lot come into the game with 10:06 left to go in the football game on senior night. There's the snap. And Reed's back there now, but he's met in the backfield. He breaks a tackle from Calvin Neal. He runs over the left side, breaks another one, puts his head down, and miraculously gains a yard. Should have been a loss of 12, but instead it was a gain of 1. Calvin Neal had him dead to rights in the backfield and just couldn't bring him down. Check that. That was Christian Torres who had him dead to rights. I get my 9s and 6s backwards. So it'll be 3rd and 7 here for the Santa Fe Raiders with 9:30 left to go here in the football game. Celtics lead 24-0 as the Raiders call a timeout. Hey, if you're the Celtics, you want the football back so you can, score. They have a special play for a senior who doesn't get to play a lot. I know that young man wants the football in a bad, bad way. If we see Alex Cameron come in the game, you're going to see some magic. So let's see if the Celtics can get the football back and get in the field goal into scoring range and do something special. All right, here we go. Raiders break the sideline and come directly to the line of scrimmage. They're slow. You can tell they're lagging a little bit.
I think
very young team.
Yeah, and I think that contributes a little bit to some of these holding calls. When it's tougher, the defense not coming at you, it's easier to hold for that offense.
All right, Reed drops back to pass. He looks to the right side, fires over there, and it falls incomplete. Good coverage there by Robert Rim as he had that shut down. It was intended for Richardson, but Robert Rim had that locked down. That's going to set up a long 4th and 7, and the Raiders are going to punt as Reed stays in the game, and looks like he's going to punt the football away.
Such good coverage in the backfield there, and the Celtics, he really had no one to throw to on that.
No, had time, but didn't have anybody open. All right, so back deep is going to be Corey King and Robert Rim. There's the snap, and the kick is an end-over-end, bouncy, ugly-looking thing that lands at the 46-yard line and bounces backwards. It'll be Celtic football from the Raider 44. So great field position again for the Celtics due to the incredible effort by this defense. You got anything, Adam? Nothing?
Yeah, a little bit here. I was just going to talk about that. Like you said, the defense themselves, man, it's really they've set the tempo for the game altogether. I'm still a little shocked by the officiating here so far.
It's brutal. All right.
I've got numbers for you on this half's calls.
Oh, okay. 1st and 10. Here we go. And they're going to give the ball to Bruton. Bruton breaks a tackle after a gain of 10, 12, 13, and he ends up with a 14-yard gain. That'll be a 1st down. Celtics.
Good strong run there. Just always keeping those legs going. Just when you think he's down, he's moving. He's still moving.
So the Celtics are going to kind of sub out King Red. He's had a great football game. They're going to bring in the true freshman, and he's going to be the quarterback, and they're going to give it right back to Corey King. Corey King puts his head down and gains 5 yards. Check that. That was Bruton. There's a little after the play, little extracurricular activity.
Javon Jenkins for the Raiders. He's been nitpicking a little bit with about everybody so far in this football game. That was as a defensive end. He's been kind of working everybody's temper a little bit on that Celtics side, just letting him do what he does.
All right, so here we go. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Celtics. Wing back is set to the left. They're going to give it to Bruton. Bruton moves up the middle, breaks a tackle, heads outside to the left, near the 1st down marker, but there's a flag on the play, and they're going to call holding on Isaac General. I don't know what a guy's supposed to do over there in that situation. They're going to call holding I don't know why they called it, but they did. And that's going to be, instead of third and about a yard, it's going to be third and about 11, or second down and 11. Block in the back. Oh, I'm telling you, these officials love it. I told you that at the start of the game.
And again, it's so far off the ball when they're who's calling.
Yeah. I mean, I told you at the beginning, they're going to call face mask. So it'll be a 5-yard face mask penalty. He was pulling his face, couldn't tell from here what he was doing, but it's a 5-yard penalty to be 2nd and 6. Bruton is the running back to the left side of the young freshman quarterback for the Celtics. He's going to go in motion. He's going to keep it himself, run over the right side. He gets a block. He gains 5. That'll set up third, and we were just at 3rd and 1. But there's no flag on the play as the clock winds with 7:30 left to go. Celtics move quickly. A lot of clean jerseys in there for the Celtics. And there's the snap. Quarterback's going to keep it. Needs some break, make a man miss, but slides and falls down for a loss of 1. Tried to roll out to the right side and just fell. And I will tell you, Cameron's in the game, but they're going to bring out Nick Ryan, who's got the leg from this distance. Alex Cameron will have to wait one more possession. Winded is back. According to my pilot friend, it's a 7-knot wind.
It looks like it's actually picked up a little bit more here. It's right at their backs.
So this ball will be placed right at the 37-yard line. That means this is a 47-yard kick for the junior, Nick Ryan. It's his first year at Trinity Catholic. There's a snap. Hold is good. Kick is a line drive, ugly thing that just didn't come off the foot very well. Not a good kick there. But it'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders from the 20-yard line after the kick is missed.
That's a little high snap there. It's tough for that place to get that down real nice and clean, and that timing, the timing on a field goal kicker and place holder is a very delicate ebb and flow.
Sure, it's extremely important.
Everything's so far so good on their extra points, but those little longer field goals, they got a little work to do, but it's good to see them have an opportunity to do it.
So here we are. We're at the water break. 6:27 left to go. 24-0. Celtics lead. And I really want to thank my sponsors, and that starts with Ocala Aviation. Yes, Ocala's got an airport.
Yep.
Automax, right on the corner, right on the price. And Verizon Wireless. Matt Wilkerson is your man. If you want the best phone service, if you want the best customer service from the best network in America, there's only one person to call, and that's my man, Matt Wilkerson. And, of course, Life South Community Blood Centers. Every 2 seconds, someone in this country receives a blood transfusion. They need to count on you to save their life. So please, give the gift of life, donate blood. All right, so the Raiders come back. Reed is the quarterback. Powell is now the back to the left. Reed's going to run to the left side. He's trying to get a block. He picks it up. He's over the 20, 25, and there's a flag on the play again. So that'll nullify a gain of 7 because they're going to call a pretty poor holding penalty on the Raiders. That's just a bad call.
That is a bad call. We saw that one from the box right in front of our eyes.
They're running near side, right to us. And now the officials, they can't just make a call, right? They have to stop, talk about it, talk about how far they threw the flag, where the spot is from. They're still talking. Now they're going to mark it. They're going to mark it from the 25, so they'll move it back to the 15. Now they're still talking about it. He picks up his flag, dusts it off. He's going to wash it later because it's getting really dirty. And it's going to be 1st down and 25 as the ball sits right at the 15-yard line. Reed is the quarterback. Powell is next to him on his left. Trip wide receivers to the right. Reed drops back. He's under pursuit, and what a play by Jordan Lewis. And that, my friends, is going to be a loss of 10 on the play. It's going to be second and 1.5 miles from the 3-yard line as Jordan Lewis decides he's say penalty or no penalty, I'm going to make a play.
Wow. That was speed, quickness, and it almost looked like that quarterback was going to step out and maybe break that, but he brought him down real quick, man. What a play.
So Jordan Lewis is going to come off the field, make room for a different player. Let's see if he's going to have the same effect. Mr. Mills comes into the game. All right, so shotgun formation.
20. Yeah.
Reed drops back, pitch to the right side, but he's met by a clan of Celtics, and that's close to a safety. They're looking for a safety, but the officials just say, no safety. It's going to be third down. They have to get all the way to the 32, and it's going to be from the, let's call that the 6-inch line, if there is such a place. But I'll tell you what, that got blown up by my man Christian Torres. And he's going to come off the field as well. Tony Bruton was in on that. So, Reed is going to go underneath the center, look for the quarterback sneak here. And that's what they do. And he moves his head, turns, doesn't stop his legs, and gets 6. And that's 4:35 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It'll be fourth down and 21. So, now they're going to have to punt again, and so back deep for the Celtics. They're standing at their own 30-yard line. I mean, at the Raider 30-yard line. Let's see what they can do. Celtics are just doing wholesale changes, making sure every senior gets an opportunity to play. Raiders taking their time. They better hurry up. And there's the punt by Reed. Reed hits an end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for it. Bounces at the 30. Picked up on a hop. And then is returned. But that can't be done. Can't call a fair catch and then run it back. So it'll be down right there where he received it, right at the 35-yard line.
I'm sure they did.
And here we go. I'm pretty sure Coach Sturdivant just said something special to Mr. Cameron, number 80. In our interview, he said, hey, I'm going to do everything I can to get that kid a touchdown. He's 6'1", 170. You know, there are guys on the field, on the team that may not play, but they do everything else right. Not the best athlete in the world, but gives you 110% of what he does have.
Absolutely. We don't get to see what happens in practice.
Yeah.
Each one of these teammates are helping the other one through practice get themselves ready for each week, you know.
So let's see what happens. Cameron is on the left side. He's lined up at the tight end. Freshman quarterback gets the snap. He's going to give it to Corey King, I believe. No, it's not Corey King. No, it was Tony Bruton. I saw one deuce. Thought I saw another one. That's going to set up second down and 9. They've got wholesale changes on the interior line. A lot of fresh bodies in there. With 3:31 left to go. Ball sits at the 39. It's second down and a long 9. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to keep it. He runs up the middle, makes a man miss. Jakes makes a nice little move. That's going to be right at the first down marker. They're going to call him a yard short. That'll set up 3rd and 1.
I was looking for a little bit better spot there on that.
Yeah, I thought he shorted him a little bit. Nice little run there, though. So here we go. 2:58 left to go in the game. There's the snap. They're going to give it to Bruton. Bruton heads to the left side, makes a man miss, cuts up the middle, makes another man miss, breaks through, and is brought down at the 6-yard line by a shoestring tackle by Powell of the Raiders, who said, I don't quit. Wow. That was a touchdown-saving tackle. And another one of those runs by Bruton where he has nothing, somehow manages to keep his legs moving and ends up inches away from a touchdown. But now we're in the Automax red zone. Let's see if number 80, Alex Cameron, can get his name called here. There's the shotgun. Quarterback's going to keep it. He heads to the right side, needs a block, gets to the edge. He's to the 1. Jump backs inside. Bam, touchdown. Celtics 30-0. 2:23 left to go in the game.
No flags. Celtics football here, just pounding it here in this end of the fourth quarter as we come to a wind here. 2:23 left to go, and just a showmanship here of the offense, just pouring it onto these Raiders here at the end, and another touchdown by the Celtics.
TJ Snowden with a brilliant run as he's come in at quarterback. The freshman is doing outstanding this game. Last time we saw him, he was having a pretty rough outing, but he's turned it around. And there is a Raider down in the end zone as he's slow to get up. It's not quite to his feet. Now he is. That's a good thing to see. He's walking off under his own power. As we await for the field goal here from Nick Ryan, the extra point rather. Score is 30-0 with 2:23 left to go. Alex Cameron didn't get his opportunity. I was hoping he would.
Yeah.
I think he was probably open more than me. But those are the moments in the game when it's a 30-0 game. You know, I kind of expected a blowout tonight. Kind of glad that we did get the blowout tonight. And let's see what happens here. All right. So they're ready for the extra point now. False start on the defense. It was a pre-snap penalty, so they'll go half the distance to the goal line. That was a very good call by the officials.
Very good, and it makes a baker's dozen there, Galen. That's 13 penalties for the half.
In the second half.
And
that is unbelievable.
And folks, I didn't start tallying till after halftime. Boy, we wish we knew about the first half.
I mean, I told you before the game started, I said this officiating crew is the worst in the county, and they are living up to the billing.
That shows the Celtics, you know, mental toughness, still putting up 31 points on the board with all that hoopla.
All right, here we go. And we're waiting for the extra point.
Dad term, hoopla.
Yeah, nobody uses that. Snap is down, and the kick is up and good.
Beautiful.
And so that'll be a solid 31 points tonight by the Celtics, their largest output of the season. And they are running the ball with efficiency. Even got some freshmen in with TJ Snowden to get an opportunity here tonight with a touchdown. That's something he'll always remember. So now the officials have decided, you know what, I haven't spoken to you guys in a couple of minutes, so let's talk. We're going to talk right at the 5-yard line. Now we're going to break it up. Right? I guess they figured out what they're going to do for dinner. Maybe they go to Mojo's. I don't know. If they do, I'm going to have a talk with Rondo. All right. So now they've broken it up. They've spread it out. They've walked to their various spaces, give the football to the kicker. 2:23 left to go here. 31-0 Celtics lead. As Nick will have the wind at his back. It's kind of dying down a little bit. Crowd's starting to kind of clear out a little bit. It's not like there's traffic, but, you know. So here we go. There's the kick. Nick, nice high kick. It's going to be fielded by Sneed. Nope, he's going to let it bounce through the end zone. That bounced about 6 yards deep in the end zone. Great kick. It'll be 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 20. 2:23 left to go.
Let's see what the Raiders can do here. Last little time left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Maybe put something together. Just show some positivity for your boys. Maybe see a few positive things happen from having this shutout. Just see if you can put a few more yards in the books and see what they can do. But either way, the Celtics probably looking to not let that happen here. If anything, given for the rest of the night, trying to hold this shutout. Just looking like they might do it.
All right, so Reed's underneath these quarterback, and he runs a screen pass over to the left side, and it's brought down after a loss of 2. Calvin Neal on the play. And now it looks like he's cramping a little bit. So the senior 6'3", 190 is going to come out of the game. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Raiders. .150 left to go. Reed is in the shotgun. Behind him is Sneed. 2 wide receivers each way. Reed's going to running to the right side. He's getting chased from behind, and then he's met by every Celtic on the field after a gain of 4.
Back to the original line of scrimmage there, gain of 4.
Yeah, they're going to say he gained that's going to be 3rd and 9. The spot wasn't where I expected, but
then again, this officiating crew is never giving us anything we expected tonight.
Clock is winding. So here we go. Shotgun formation for Reed. Waiting for it, taking their time here. They're going to hand it off to the running back. Running back runs up the middle for a gain of maybe 2. On the carry there was Jalen Jones. And that'll set up 4th and 8, 47 seconds in Clowney. And the Raiders are in no rush. They understand the situation.